and then do it.
Get my man back up here.
Hey, chat, spam free Mars. Spam free Mars, chat. hey, I guess J-Rob got him out. J-Rob did his job.
J-Rob did say that. J-Rob did say that he had somebody. He knew a bail bondsman that he was going to get Mars out the pen. And I mean, I'm still waiting for him, though. That's the problem. I mean, what's the deal?
I can confirm. Ron. I can confirm I have received payment.
Oh, so you straight then?
You got it? Let me roll my sleeves up. Let me
roll them up. We good.
Let's get to it.
Okay. All right.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Mars Blackman back in the house.
How's everyone doing? Hello.
Mars Blackman back in the house. What's up, brother?
It's been a rough couple of days in the pen.
We missed you, bloke.
What's up, brother?
I'm a better man now. I'm a better man. Time
Okay.
inside really gave me a new perspective on life. So
okay.
It looks like you've been hitting the weights too.
Look like it, Mars.
There's not much else to do when you're locked up.
You on your ox shit now?
Pumping iron and eating, huh?
Some could say.
All right.
I'm just glad to be here.
All right.
Okay.
Pumping iron and eating. That's
Mars,
what's up.
were you from your cell? Were you able to tune in to anything that was going on?
I was just here to just get the free Mars in the chat going, and then I pop out again. So I appreciate everyone in the chat who said free Mars. You guys are real ones. Everyone who didn't say free Mars, you guys are not real ones. But everyone who said free Mars, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of love, a lot of support. We almost got overthrew. The ship almost got turned over, Mars.
Mm-hmm.
We got you back.
Mars, it was about to be a mutiny around here, Mars. It was. It was about to be a mutiny around here. I know we got rules, Mars, but we was about to turn this thing over because of you. Like, yo, you got 2 days to get my man out of here, or we storming the gates. Telling you right now.
Rightfully so.
Telling you right now. You got 2 days to get my man out of here. Otherwise, we storming the gate. So y'all better figure it out.
Hey, Mars, over these last couple of days, has there been anything nasty that you've heard or anything crazy within these couple games?
I heard you guys questioning Alex Caruso's all-defensive team, which was weird to me. I don't know how you can really question Alex Caruso making an all-defensive team. I thought he was a lock.
No.
Yeah.
I questioned his all-defensive first team.
Same thing. I don't know how you question that. I don't know how you can name two guards better defensively
when you
than
play
Alex
20
Caruso.
minutes when you play 20 minutes a game and half of that is on offense where you do nothing because you're the fifth option. You only play 10 minutes of defense a game. To be first team is a little excessive. That's all.
Well, I think that's looking at it kind of disingenuously, because if you look at Chicago when they inserted Alex Caruso in the starting lineup around the time like Patrick Beverley came around, their defense was one of the best in the NBA. He was playing more than 20 minutes a game. And when you actually look at him in terms of his matchup difficulty, he's always guarding the best opponent. So even if it's for a shorter time than, I don't know, Derek White, he's still guarding the best players. He still is by far the best guard defender in the NBA this year. I don't know who you can name who's been better.
So if you're guarding for fewer minutes, is it not easier to guard for fewer minutes? Yes, the answer is yes, it is.
I mean, since when has all defensive team been about degree of difficulty?
Since when has it been about degree of difficulty?
Yes.
When
has it ever been that?
It's always been about degree of difficulty. That's the reason why you're an all-league defender, because you guard the toughest guys.
Yeah, that's what Alex Caruso does. That's what he does. And he stops them. It's not about, like, for example, Jaren Jackson Jr., he's won Defensive Player of the Year. Did he have the hardest job defensively? I don't think so. But he won it because guess what? What he brought on that side of the ball was so valuable that he won the Defensive Player of the Year. What Alex Caruso was doing for Chicago, even if you want to say it was in a smaller sample size or he didn't start a lot of the games, what he brought to them defensively is the whole reason why their defense was any good when he got put in the starting lineup with Patrick Beverley. Correct. He is the reason for that. There's not many guards you can say that can influence a defense the way Alex Caruso did it this year. I have all the issues to have with the all-defensive team. No, Jaden McDaniels is a bigger issue. Draymond Green maybe being there could be an issue. No, Anthony Davis, that's a bigger issue. Alex Caruso is like the least issue-worthy issue to have, in my opinion.
The reason why I have a problem...
just to be clear, I had all those issues, and all I wanted was Alex Caruso on second team, and that'd be fine.
So who would you put first?
Who would I put? Well, number one, Marcus Smart didn't play enough. I think he played like 40-something games. So the fact that he only played 40 games...
But that doesn't matter.
Well, it does, Tone, because
if it doesn't matter that he's part-time, limited minutes, no, you've tons of guys making first all NBA and all defensive team without playing enough games. So that's why I'm so happy about the new CBA and the changes next year. We're gonna either see guys playing or not making these teams. I love it.
And just so you know, Mars, when we're talking about a guy being a first-team All-League performer, a first-team All-League defender, I'm not negating what Alex Caruso does. I think Alex Caruso, I'm having a difficult time naming 3 on-ball defenders in the game better than him. I'm having a difficult time doing that. My problem with Alex Caruso, when I think about an all-league defender, I'm thinking about a first-team all-league defender in the aspect of a guy doing it continuously. He does it in spurts. So the fact that he's inserted in the lineup later. So we're talking about a guy who played 67 games. He only started 35 of them, and he only played 23 minutes. So with that being said, he's barely playing half the games. So when is he doing this? Is he doing this in the third quarter? Is he doing this in the fourth quarter? That's a pretty small sample size for a guy that's being a first-team all-league defender as opposed to a guy who's played an enormous amount of games and has played more minutes.
So did you feel the same way about Tony Allen? Like, this is not me arguing, because again, I guess when I ask questions, it's to cause problems. Did you feel the same way when Tony Allen was making all defensive teams in like Boston and Memphis playing like 24, 25 minutes?
The reason why I didn't feel like that about him, because people were comparing him to guys like Joe Dumars. I had the same conversation that I'm having with you. I had the same problem with Tony Allen as I have with Alex Caruso, because people were telling me, well, Tony Allen is just as good, if not a better defender than Joe Dumars. When I'm thinking, wait a minute, Joe Dumars, number one, he's starting. Number two, he's taking the best player, and he's on that guy the entire evening. When you're only playing 22, 23 minutes, and you're only playing against this guy for stretches. Well, to be honest with you, Mars, as a defender, I can be good for 3 or 4 minutes in stretches, as opposed to I'm dealing with this guy all night long. This is my guy for the entire night. That's an all-league, first-team all-league defender to me, as opposed to a guy you only dealing with guys in stretches. And when I see a guy like Alex Caruso, who's, again, only playing 23 and a half minutes, that suggests to me that as good as you are as an on-ball defender, as good as you are as an individual defender, you're only dealing with a guy in stretches.
I mean, yeah, I can't argue.
So to answer the question,
minutes, yeah, I can't
to answer the question, yes, I feel the same way for anybody who plays that minutes. I feel the same way for people who only play 40 some odd games. Like I didn't like Pippen in '97 when he only played 44 games. I feel like if you're gonna make first team, you need to be a first team player, and he's not.
So who is? Like, it's all good just taking him off, but who goes on? Well, again, a guy like Herb Jones, a guy like Jaden McDaniels, a guy like, and we're talking about the guard position, right? And we're talking about the guard position. So is Alex Caruso a recipient of the all-league defensive guard position being thin? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think if there was more depth, you could argue that he doesn't deserve to be first team instead of someone else. But considering the next options on the second team were Derek White and who was the other guard on the second team?
Let's see. It was Alex Caruso and Drew Holiday on the first team, and then on the second team it was Dylan Brooks plays forward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's Derek White and
who am I thinking about? Who was the other guy on the? Who was the other guard? That's a good ass question. Damn, I'm drawing a blank here. It was Draymond, Dylan Brooks, Dylan Brooks.
OG Anunoby,
Bam
Adebayo, and
who are we missing? We missing somebody.
This is second team. Derek White, Dylan Brooks, OG Anunoby, Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green.
So Dylan Brooks was counted as a guard.
Okay, so Dylan Brooks is counted as a guard,
even though he's blatantly a small forward.
He plays the three.
So considering in order to get 4 guard positions, they had to include a wing just to get to 4. I don't think there's many people you can put over Alex Caruso, considering how little depth there was at that position.
So if that's fair,
they had to get Dylan Brooks in there.
So if that's the case, Mars, then is it fair to say that he made it by default?
Yeah, I think you can say he made it by default. I think he's one of the best guard defenders anyway, but based on the minutes argument and stuff, I think there just isn't enough depth at the guard position to really make a argument for anyone. Like, I can't put Derek White first team of Alex Caruso, and I think he's so much better than him defensively. And Dylan Brooks is
so. Can I just ask? And this is a question, so don't attack me like you would attack Mars. Marcus Smart Did his defense drop off that significantly from last year as a defensive player of the year to this year? Did I miss something?
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did, but I can't say I watched
off.
a lot of Boston games.
I wouldn't say it dropped off significantly, but he just wasn't.
So how are we holding him off and putting in Dylan Brooks or whatever over him because of the games played? Because that's never mattered before.
Because they know that his defensive player of the year was an egregious award, so now they're trying to make up for it by not giving him an all defensive team.
Wait a minute though, Mars. Him being a defensive player of the year, that might be a bit of a stretch, but him being an all league defender, he's got a history of that. So because he has a history of that, that does go into play. Same reason why guys that.
Sorry, I was just gonna sorry to interrupt. I was just gonna ask. So what if Marcus Smart was first team all defense? Alex Caruso moved to second team. And
hey Rob,
Dylan
you
Brooks
typing hard as hell right now.
Sorry. Would anybody have a big issue with that?
I think if Marcus Smart made first team, I don't think people would really have an issue with it. I think like people were probably wondering where he is anyway. So if he made first team and then Caruso made second team, I don't think people would be like, oh no, Caruso needs to be ahead of Marcus Smart. I don't think that's what people would be doing. But now that he hasn't made it,
because you asked what would you replace, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, that's what maybe I would do. I'd have Marcus Smart on the first team, Caruso on the second team, and Dylan Brooks off the team.
J-Rob, are you typing up
I ain't never
going to
complain about Dylan Brooks coming off the team.
That shit sound loud.
You free Mars. Are you in the process of getting
I just want my respect. I told y'all Mars would be back, and I did what I was supposed to do.
You did. Say that, J-Rob.
I told him he'd be back. I told y'all to check out. He's coming home soon. Now he's home.
Are you typing up the press release?
J-Rob. No, I'm just looking over the paperwork because I got to go talk to the. I got to talk to the media after this.
Right.
After the show, I got to do the whole, 1-2, talk about the whole vibe and what happened with the case and Hootie Woo. So I got to give a statement because Mars can't get a statement. They can use it against him, try to bring him back in court. So I'm going to handle it.
Insert tickets paperwork yet? Yes or no?
I'm not his representation. I have to talk to Mookie. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Y'all have to talk to Mookie. I don't know what the public defendant does. You feel me? I don't do the public defenders.
J-Rob is on retainer. J-Rob is not a public defender. He is on retainer.
Mars is paying good bread for me. Yes. I don't even know.
Speaking of the devil.
You shut your ass up.
Speaking of the devil, in the house.
You shut your ass up.
In the house.
Free ticket.
Damo, your ass been quiet the whole damn show. You know I'm coming for your ass today. 3 the hard way.
Hey,
Mars, don't think I'm gonna let off your ass just because he's on this fake ass suspension. I'm still on your ass too. And Fluent, yeah, you live in the Vida Loca. But you were supposed to stand up for me. Like I said, I didn't snitch. I didn't get on the stand. I did. Hold on. I didn't try to get nobody ratted out. I didn't try to get nobody suspended. I stood on mine and took mine like a man. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, you guys are disgusting.
Okay, first and foremost.
Y'all are disgusting. I'm gonna tell y'all where y'all disgusting, bro. You thought I was gonna change? I ain't never gonna change. But you're disgusting because you seen that ass whooping last night. And y'all start out with this bull jab. You seen that thorough ass whooping with your boy who's terry cloth. That means he's very soft, Damo. Gets wheeled out in a damn wheelchair, hold his head, whining like a little baby. And y'all don't want to speak about that. Y'all want to come in here and talk about some hook-ass person team. Shut up and let's get right to the point. The point is, that boy is exactly what I told you he was, Real Town. Your ass been on here capping. You bums have had a vacation for 2 days, and now guess what? Daddy's home. Time to get this shit straight. Let's go.
You've been waiting all playoffs and you've been waiting all season and use that weak ass bar about AD being soft. AD has been playing through everything he's went through all season. And it's for a guy that sits on every camera he's on and talks about being the in between the lines hooper, for you to sit there and look at how Anthony Davis got hit without knowing the hit was coming in the side of the temple and say, it's just a BS hit. He's soft.
Draymond Green got hit harder and got up. Draymond Green got hit harder. Draymond Green hit his head harder before. Yes, he did. And guess what, Chitchat? Here's why you're a capper. And like I said, Mars, you're a capper. Here's why you're a capper. Hold on, Chitchat. Because Chitchat, you're a flaming hypocrite because you'll talk about me. But your family, your cousin was on national TV last night laughing at Terry Claus, very soft. Now, shut your ass up. If you never say that to your cousin, don't say that to me, sucker.
Wait. What does that have to do with any of this? He got boned in the face.
He's
number one.
He got boned
in the face.
And
getting boned in the face and basically getting punched in the face.
Your cousin knows he's soft.
I don't need to ask my cousin. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So now, since I'm talking to you, you come in here with this goofy logic and yelling because that's who you are with no legit facts. Draymond Green fell behind and he hit his head. Did he fall and crack his head? No, he didn't. How many times have you hit your head on the floor? Plenty of us have done that. It wasn't that bad because if it was that bad, then he would have been out the game. That's number one. Number two, Anthony Davis has been one of the toughest guys in the playoffs this season. One of the toughest guys in the playoffs this season. Number three, the reason why that Laker defense is what it is because of Anthony Davis. And you're not going to be soft being that good defensively. So you shut your ass up. How about that?
You're a liar, sir. And once again, you easy to beat. Now, let's get to this fake toughness. Now, every time AD get touched, whether it's a paper cut or something, we got to stop the damn game, watch him over on the sideline with his face all red, getting his scratch touched up or whatever. Every time he get hit, he got hit against Memphis. Oh, he got a stinger. He run around here like somebody got chopped his arm off, like he don't got hit by the DC sniper. Stop playing with me, dog. Like I said again, hey, you can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to tell you like this, Dom. I already told you fools. If the left one don't get you, sucker, the right one will. If you don't win game 6, it's over, sucker. And guess what? All of this stuff y'all been talking about AD is coming to an end in game 7 because game 6, Klay, is on the way, baby. You better believe it. And I'm telling you right now, be afraid. Be very afraid, sucker.
Come on here and lie openly. This is dumb. This makes no sense to just come on. He got on here and in the first 5 seconds started yelling and lying. We're going to sit here and act like Anthony Davis hasn't continued. Okay, he falls. Golly, he falls. What does he do when he falls? He gets up and keeps hooping. He hasn't missed time. He hasn't missed any games in the playoffs. He literally got hit unexpectedly with an unexpected hit in the side of the head. Now, if you want to say he got elbowed, wrist, forearm, wherever it was an unexpected hit from a big man that has been battling.
All due respect, Damo. All due respect, Damo. All due respect, hey Damo. All due respect.
Was that a lie?
Chilltown's cousin Shaquille.
Was that a lie?
Hold on. I'm about to tell you. Hold on, Chill. I'm about to tell you.
Right. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, your cousin Shaquille, the great Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, were laughing at this buffoon. You know why? Because we seen worse. We seen Sabonis get stumped, a mud hole stumped on his ass, walk dry. We seen him get his wig split where it's out like he got punched in the face by Mike Tyson, and he got up and still kept going. He didn't get put out in a wheelchair and have all this. And listen, you don't have to ask me, Damo. Why don't you look at the comment section? And I want everybody in the comment section. If you think AD is Terry Cloth, that means he's very soft. Press 1. If you agree with me that he's Terry Cloth, press 1. If not, if you agree with Grilltown and Damo, who ain't sitting on here cooking on nothing, press 2.
Did you care at all that the NBA does have a concussion protocol? Like they have to check stuff like this. Do you care about stuff like that, or are we at the park and it's just once you just see blood, now then it's a foul? Otherwise, it's not a foul. Do you care about that at all, or no?
And that's not the reason. Listen, we can all talk about this concussion and how he staggered off. That's not why they lost. No, because we all know the truth. That's not why they lost. They lost because of what I told you. Remember when I said I'd rather have the Warriors than the Kings because the Kings play significantly faster than the Warriors? Well, the Warriors last night played fast. Every opportunity they had, they ran and ran and ran. And the Lakers need to figure out how to slow them down because that was what I was afraid of the Kings doing to them. And that's exactly what it wasn't because of the concussion. It wasn't because of Anthony Davis, who's been the best defender in the playoffs, period, end of sentence, this whole playoffs. It is because the Warriors figured out play fast and keep pushing them, even if you're turning the ball over, go. That's the way to beat this team. And so now Darvin Ham, Donald's favorite coach, now Darvin Ham, half false. I'm going to do what you do to me, Fluent.
That's half true, half false, Fluent. That's what you do to me when you try to play the field. So I'm going to play the field on your ass. That's not all that would happen. Let's tell the truth about what happened, which is why they stole my topic on ESPN this morning on the morning show with Jay Williams, Max Kellerman, and Keyshawn Johnson. What really happened is that rogue agent they got over there, Draymond Green, stopped selling out for Clutch Sports and LeBron Ramon James, and he decided to show up and actually play like Draymond Green's supposed to play in this series. That's exactly what happened. He started actually being aggressive and acting like he gave a pulse. So like I said, you guys say I babble and just talk stuff, but guess what? On the national TV show this morning, they saying the same thing that I've been saying for months, baby. And you better believe it. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. The difference in that game last night is that Draymond Green actually showed up with force and wasn't trying to be friends with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and the rest of them clutch clients that's on the team. That's the truth. So help me God.
So what happened that I saw was Steve Kerr, he took Gary Payton Jr. and put him in the starting lineup. And what he does with Gary Payton Jr. is he puts him in the pick and roll with Steph Curry on dribble handoffs. Now, Anthony Davis, because they're small, Anthony Davis is covering Gary Payton. We can't have Anthony Davis off the floor because we don't have any rim protection. So he's covering Gary Payton. So what happens is Gary Payton now, when he's in the pick and roll with Steph Curry, all Gary Payton does is he rolls to the dunker spot. He rolls right to the basket. Anthony Davis is chasing Steph Curry off the screen, and he's involved in a switch. Now, what happens there is the rim's open. The rim's unprotected. And because the rim's unprotected, you got guys like Andrew Wiggins. You got guys like Gary Payton getting easy looks because they're dragging AD away from the basket. Now, an adjustment has to be made where they may have to go bigger, but I'm trying to figure out where they go bigger. But that's the most difficult thing that they have to deal with right now, with dealing with Gary Payton now being in the starting lineup and them going smaller. That's the most difficult part right now.
Yo, J-Rob.
What up,
can I
fellas?
get your analysis on the game and how you felt about your Lakers taking that L to the Dubs?
I'm not gonna go OD and call AD cherry claws, but I'm not gonna cap. I hated the wheelchair. I hated it. I hate the wheelchair because ultimately I already knew what the public perception was gonna be like, but also there is a concussion protocol. So if that's what they feel like they had to do with him, that was cool. But I just know me, like when I was in my athletic career and what I felt like, I would never be wanting to be rolled off on no wheelchair, especially over no little elbow like that. I'm not going to cap. I even said in the Telegram that I thought that hit was a little soft, that I don't think it was that big of a deal. But if he was a dizzy, he was dizzy. I just don't think he needed the wheelchair. The wheelchair was nasty, OD. Ultimately, I always said Lakers in 6. I felt like I like your analysis, Chill, but ultimately, I felt like they was going to come to play. Am I banking on a 20 and 10 game from Draymond Green?
Good luck with that.
If that's what it takes,
okay.
I will live with that. I will live with that. Now, big ups to him for coming in and playing with some aggression. But if that's what it's going to take for them to win Game 6 in LA, then I'll live with it. You feel me?
Here's what y'all gotta learn, though. That's not what it's gonna take. That's what it took last night because the immortal Klay Thompson was not immortal. But the immortal Klay Thompson is immortal, and he will be back. He's been gone for 3 games, so it's time for him to, cash in, or should I say, cash out on the Los Angeles Lakers. And that will be in Game 6. We know how Game 6 Klay get down. And like I told everybody before the end of this series, this thing going 7 a long way. It will be LeBron Ramon James. It will be Stephen Waddell, Stephen Curry, the babyface assassin, looking at each other face to face for NBA supremacy in Game 7. Golden State, once again, we are reliving the past, and we're back. Deja vu in the day I do. Believe that. You guys going to see it. It's going to be right there in front of you. And at the end of the day, man, the best man is going to win. It's going to either be LeBron or it's going to be the chef. But tomorrow night will be Klay Thompson night. It will be Klay Thompson night. He will rain 7 or 8 threes on the Lakers, so Draymond won't have to give you 20 points. He did that last night because that made up for what Klay Thompson wasn't producing. But we know what time it is with Klay. We know how he is when his back is against the wall, when everybody's doubting him, when he's played 3 straight bad games, when the rumbling is that the Lakers are locking him up. He going to come through rocking like a cutoff stocking. And then again, another thing, we don't need Draymond to give you 20. We need him to be who Draymond Green is supposed to be, who y'all said the Hall of Famer is, the emotional leader, the guy who's pushing lines, the guy who's challenging LeBron, the guy who's challenging AD physically, the guy who's running up and pushing the offense, the guy who's getting guys involved, the guy who's attacking and being aggressive, the guy who's out there doing any and everything to win. He wasn't doing it in Game 1 through 4. He pulled up last night, did what he had to do, And now tomorrow, if he goes back to his normal self, which is close to around 9 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and Klay Thompson does what he's supposed to do, we already know Steph going to draw attention. Wiggins going to be solid. You understand what I'm saying? That should be enough to get them out of that game. Like I said before, man, the Lakers played with fire, and now they're going to get their ass burned.
Can I ask you this, Ticket, in rebuttal? You talking about Game 6 Klay. And we've seen Steve Kerr go out publicly and say Klay takes bad shots, but those bad shots he makes, and so they've lived and died by him pretty much for a majority of the dynasty. He's played bad 3 straight games. So you really think just because of the history of Game 6 Klay, you could expect him to come out and he's going to come out and carry them in this next game, especially at home in the Oracle?
Let me say this to you, bro. Let me say something to you.
Crypto.com.
Klay Thompson is one of the greatest shooters that ever lived in the game of basketball. He ain't fitting to go 4 games hot, not cooking. And I'm going to tell you something else, man. It's going to be a lot of pride on there for him. His daddy going to be calling the game. The great Michael Thompson is going to be calling the game. He's going to be in LA knowing that this is going to be able to get them to a Game 7. He's going to be knowing that if he plays another bad game, the series loss is going to be a lot of blame put on him because of how he's played the majority of this series. And also, Klay Thompson wants an extension. He's got a contract coming up. And the way to get that extension is a show up and show out. Listen, if you told me to bet my money, I'm betting my money next game on Klay Thompson. Point blank, period. And I trust Klay. In these type of situations, when it's all the chips is on the wood, when he knows, because it's an elimination game for them tomorrow. So if the Lakers can't play, no games. The Lakers got to be on point. And this is you're ignoring that D'Lo hasn't been doing much. You're ignoring that fake ass Lonnie Walker, who's supposed to be the fake ass closer, he couldn't close last night. He tried to squeeze the clip, but it was nothing in that thing. You understand what I'm saying? You have to remember that Austin Reeves, it ain't but so many pump fakes you can throw before the referee stop blowing the whistle for you. Mm-hmm. So the bottom line is this, man. Listen, when you see Klay run, and once we come in here on Saturday, or no, we'll be back Monday. You guys will all say, God damn, boy, that boy Ticket, it ain't nothing other. You can
Lonnie Walker Lonnie Walker not their closer though, Ticket. He had a good fourth quarter. He had like a Landry Shamet like fourth quarter, but he's not the closer though. That's not fair.
No, they looked for him to be the closer last night.
They just giving him
to say that the Lakers, to say that the Golden State Warriors, because this is what this sounds like to me. This sounds like to me like all the heat's on the Lakers, and the Golden State Warriors are just stomping into crypto.com arena, and they come in to get it. When in reality, the Lakers, when they play the way that they've been playing 3 of the last 4 games, they win. When the offense
your cousin's wrong.
Once again,
when you say the pressure's on the Lakers,
listen, just pay attention to listen.
In the NBA is wrong.
Damn, yo, can you just listen?
I'm asking you a question. Is your cousin wrong?
No, don't ask me a question. You talk, then. I listen. I talk, you listen. Be quiet. Damn.
Okay then.
Hey, Floyd, can you play that for? Can you play that for Chill?
Like I was saying, like I was saying, when you got Anthony Davis, when they run the offense through him, and that defense is the way it is, they're pretty unstoppable. When Schroeder is playing the way he's playing, knocking down open shots, not just knocking down open shots, D'Angelo Russell has to be better. And I think he will be better. We all know that role players play better at home. These schemes that the Los Angeles Lakers have, they've worked throughout. This isn't the first time yesterday isn't the first time that Gary Payton Jr. started. That's not the first time that they did it. The Lakers defense has to be better. I think it will be better at home. I think they've done a good job on Steph Curry. I think they did a damn good job on Klay Thompson. And I think that will continue. He had those bad games in Los Angeles for a reason. And let's talk about Klay Thompson in Game 6. Let's not forget Klay Thompson, Game 6 last year of the NBA Finals, 12 points. Klay Thompson against Memphis, 30 points. Against 22 points. 22 points in Game 6. He hasn't been quote unquote Klay Thompson, Game 6 Klay, for years. This is not a Klay Thompson that's just going to go nuclear. I'm not sure. I got to see that before I say anything about him being that dude.
That wasn't even my argument with you, Mr. Grilltown. My whole argument with you was you said you made it seem like the pressure wasn't on the Lakers. All the pressure on the Lakers tomorrow.
No, it is not.
I said that's why I said hold on.
So
that's why I said
explain to the people why all the heat's on the Lakers.
Hold on, because the Golden State Warriors got 2 games at home. They got Game 7 at home and Golden State. So if you're the Lakers, if you're the Lakers and you don't win, and you're the Lakers and you don't win the game tomorrow, that means they would have beat you not once but twice in a row, and they're going home to that raucous crowd where they're probably probably going to get the calls, where Steph Curry's probably going to black out, where Klay Thompson's probably going to go crazy, where Jordan Poole's going to play better, where Draymond Green's going to play better, where the rest of the role players, where Wiggins, where all those other guys are going to play better. Moody's going to be more into the game. You're going to be up against it, boy. You better win tomorrow night. And I guarantee you one thing, Chitchat, I'm going to say this to you. You do all that talking. You do all that talking. I guarantee you, if we go to a game 7, I'll guarantee you won't bet nothing on the Lakers to win that game.
You just gave all the reasons why the Lakers are going to win game 6. Because you said if it goes to game 7, the Golden State, the crowd's going to be going crazy. The role players will be playing better at home, blah, blah, blah. Steph Curry is going to black out. That's all the same reasons why the Lakers win game 6.
Not only that,
their role players are going to play better. Everybody's going to come on, man. You said the exact same thing.
And not only did he say the exact same thing, Ticket, can you tell everybody what the series is right now? Tell everybody what the series is right now.
No, the series is 3-2. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so the series is 3-2. Hold on. The series is 3-2 right now. They going on the road. They lose. What happens to the Golden State Warriors?
Oh, they eliminate. Listen, they eliminate.
All the heat is on them.
No, it's not. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not.
We still have another chance. You lose, you're out. That's
let me ask you one question, Chill. Chill, you think they win in game 7? Do you think they win in game 7, Chill, if it go to game 7?
What reason does there have to be a game 7?
Oh, I'm asking you one question, Chill Town.
I'm not even thinking about game 7. There's no reason to think about game 7. I'm thinking about
Chill Town. Well, we will revisit this after game 7 and they lost. When we come back here on Monday, I will get your humble apology in front of the world, man.
I just wanted to have my takeaway from watching the Laker game being that, I mean, I don't know if you want to blame Darvin or LeBron for this like specific thing, but the way the offense was flowing, the way we were going, once we seen that they weren't going to allow Steph Curry to switch on to LeBron, I don't know. I don't know if the offense stagnated. I don't know if the game plan went out the window, but they tried it a couple times. It didn't work, and it was just cooked. It was just we refused to go to Anthony Davis consistently. I want to say we had a possession in the first half. I don't know if it was early, like mid first or early second quarter, where we went to AD probably 2 times, 3 times in a row and scored after not scoring for about a minute or so. And then we go away from it. LeBron James is going to the rim, not getting the call, which is fine. I'm not going to be one of them people sitting up here crying about the refs not giving us call. It's basketball. It happens. But the Lakers have this thing to where if they're not getting calls, we're not going to the rim now. Now we're scared to go to the rim because no one's giving us calls, which is the craziest way of playing ball in my life. Just because you're not getting calls doesn't mean you stop going to the rim. Play our game. Our game is inside the restricted circle. Our best chances of winning is inside the arc, hitting guys if they're open and let our role players shoot if they have to. But we need our best players to attack the rim. We have LeBron James crying and upset he's not getting calls, so he's not going to the rim. And now he's not looking at AD to go to the rim because now AD is getting these inconsistent touches in the post. AD was playing fine in the first half. First half, AD again broke the pattern and was on the road to having a great game. But for whatever reason, yet again, LeBron James did, after having a bad turnover, 2 bad passes, having a wompy dribble or something like that, he says, you know what? Too old to be point guard LeBron. I gotta be Kobe Bron. I gotta be Kobe Jordan. In every shot I have to put up, I have to score. And that's how, and we're getting blown out because of it. Last night was still, as bad as we played, as low effort as we had, it was still a winnable game. It was still we were still in the game. Late in the fourth, after watching Curry Hezzy Tween step back from half court, after watching Jordan Poole's cha-cha-cha, after seeing Draymond, Duncan, Garnett, Nowitzki, Green all on the court doing everything that I've never seen him do since probably game 7 of 2016, we were still down. At one point, we cut it to 12, 8, 9.
11. We was at 11.
We were still in the game with playing horribly. So it was winnable. It was just our guys were just not. The guys weren't being the guys. AD goes out there really derailed.
Damo, right quick. I got a question for you, J. Robin Fluent. Did y'all get y'all asses beat last night?
What you mean?
Just tell the truth. No, I just want a one word.
That was
we lost. Yeah, we lost the game.
No. I didn't ask did you lose. I asked did you get your ass kicked.
Yeah, we did. Got demoralized.
Sure, we lost. We got our ass kicked and we still could have won. That's all Damo trying to say.
It was as bad as we played. It was a winnable game. So we just have to stick to what we do. We have to beat the Lakers, play Laker basketball. And I said it yesterday. if we are who we say we are, we have to play like that. And we did not play like that yesterday, man. We came out there. It was real lackadaisical on defense. I don't know what this inconsistency is with closing out on people, but for whatever reason, a lot of the open shots that the Warriors was getting from corner, whether it was a corner three, top of the key three, wherever it was, you will see a guy just, oh, let me go close out. Like, no, bro, get out there. I'm so sick of yelling at my monitor. Yo, move, rotate.
So is it fair to say that the Golden State Warriors took the Lakers out of what they do? I mean, yes, I do think that they had something to do with that. So you're talking about a guy. So you're talking about a guy in James who goes to the basket and is getting beat up, and he's not getting the whistle. Anthony Davis isn't getting the whistle, and I'm not here to talk about officiating. I don't care about that. If you're getting beat up, you still have to be able to play through contact. So what? Mm-hmm. The fact that you go into the rim and you're getting hit, you still have to play through contact. That cannot, unless I'm getting punched in the nose and my nose is bloody and now it turns into something different. I'm still not going to stop going to the rim. You still have to go to the rim. Now, with that being said, the production from not just Russell, but also from Schroeder, that rotation has to be better. Also, Rui has to be better. Rui hasn't played like he played in that Memphis series. Mm-hmm. I don't think that they've taken him out of everything that he was doing in that Memphis series. He's getting similar looks in this series as well. He's getting that mid-range. He's getting out in transition. I think the problem that I'm having is when he gets one-on-one with guys like Jordan Poole, he's basically trying to force his way to the basket, which sometimes that works. But the majority of the time, him being set up, he's more efficient when he's that way. Now,
didn't he play well last night, Brooks? Didn't he shoot well?
I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was great. I thought
he killed us defensively.
Like 75% or something like that.
But it's more a game than just shooting. He killed us defensively. Putting him at the 5 and leaving us no rim protection, it was a free run to the rim. And even when we did have rim protection, like everyone's seen, Steve Kerr just drug AD out the paint. I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, are they actually attacking AD? And it took me a second to realize, oh, no, it's not attacking AD. They're just bringing him out and letting somebody else
attacking the rim. And attacking the rim. That's what they're doing. So
it's super effective at that, too. And I don't understand, if Jordan Poole is on the court, I call him a double agent. If we can't get the Stephen Curry switch, why are we now fighting to get the Jordan Poole switch?
Go after him. After him.
It was effective. I seen Wiggins was fighting for his life to get through screens to make sure that we didn't get that Curry matchup. Get Wiggins the hell away from the ball. Give it to Reeves. Give it to Lonnie. And whoever Jordan Poole is guarding, get him on the screen. The same thing we did in that fourth quarter against the Warriors, where we literally had LeBron wherever he was at. Hey, where you at? Come on. I see Curry. Come on. Do the same thing with Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole plays worse defense than Stephen Curry. But we didn't do that. All we did was, we're not getting calls. All right, bet. Hey, Lonnie, I hope you can do it. Hey, Austin Reeves, hope you can do it.
I was thinking about Jordan Poole on defense. I remember the 89 finals, and I remember Chuck Daly telling Joe Dumars, I don't care what we run. If Magic switches on you, go after him. Do not let him off the hook. I don't care where we are on the floor. I don't care what we're running. When we get the switch with Magic on you, go after him. Same logic with Jordan Poole. I don't care what we're running. If Anthony Davis has 2 or 3 straight buckets, if you get Jordan Poole switched on you, if you D'Angelo Russell, if you get Jordan Poole switched on you, if you Schroeder, if you get Jordan Poole switched on you, if you any of these perimeter dudes, go after him. Do not let him off the hook. Go after him.
All right, fellas.
And one last little run to what they said. They ignored this part. They ignored the GP2 part. I think that he should play Lonnie a little more to match him up with GP2's energy. I think GP2 been getting a lot of offensive rebounds. He been keeping a lot of stuff alive for Golden State. GP2 been real athletic around the basket. He also been hitting the open 3. When he's wide open, he been knocking that 3 down. GP2 has really gave him, and think about it. They lost that first game, but they really was up a lot. That they started GP2 the game before that. They could have won that game too with GP2. They just gave it away in the end to the Lakers. But that game came down to the last possession as well. So I'm looking at the situation with GP2. They got to get somebody to match his energy, bro, because whoever they got lined up with him, he's beating them to all the 50-50 balls. He's doing a lot, bro. GP2 is doing a lot, bro. And I just think that he's a problem for them, that they need to resolve that situation quick, because if not, I think that with the energy he brings and the defense that he's been able to bring, and as well as D'Lo being taken out of the series since he was inserted in the lineup, I do agree with y'all. Darvin Ham gonna have to try to find a way to maneuver around that and kind of come off D'Lo a little bit early if he don't, because I noticed if D'Lo don't hit the first 2 shots, he ain't gonna give you nothing that night, man.
I think they always should let the first possession start with D'Lo. I know Dommy may think it should be AD on the first one, but I feel like you get him going, I think he opens it up for guys like AD and Bron, just getting inside the paint. Like I feel like the games where he's been the match starter in the offense, I feel like we've had great success in that regard. So I
agree with that. If he's going, if we're getting 25-30 from D'Lo and he has his offense going, that makes it easy on LeBron to not have to do multiple things. Because usually with D'Lo going, LeBron can just really sit back and either say, all right, I'm secondary playmaker, I'm going to be off ball and score and get what I have to get done, and I can play defense. When D'Lo's not going, LeBron typically, unless Schroeder is replacing him, but if Schroeder and D'Lo are both playing bad, then LeBron has to take full 2018 LeBron responsibilities on offense, and he's making decisions. And I don't know what it is about 38, 39-year-old LeBron. This ain't LeBron in Cleveland. This ain't even 2020 LeBron. Some of these decisions he's making with the basketball, I'm just like, man, does age do that? I don't know if age mess up your decisions.
I honestly think some of them, like them bad turnovers and decisions, I think they look like tired turnovers. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think they look like that sometimes to me. Like you just, when you tired, you start making mistakes. You're not all the way there. I think everybody's been there, but yeah.
All right, chat. I know you guys are watching the show, and I know up there you see that Underdog logo pinned in the chat, right there at the top of the chat. I know you see the Underdog logo. If you guys want an easy way to get in on some NBA action and get a little bit of money on the side, Underdog Fantasy is the way to go in their pick'em game. Yes, that's what we do. Everybody up here. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite player, and you can win up to 20 times your money on a single night. They keep it simple. All you got to do is download their app or use their website, pick between 2 to 5 players on a pick'em entry, get every pick right, and you could take home a nice stack of cash. Now, check this out. You guys call me your host. I don't agree with it usually, but I got to agree with it this time. I did y'all wrong yesterday. I steered y'all in the wrong direction yesterday. I said Jalen Brunson was going to be higher. That happened. Jimmy, he didn't quite make it. Klay, he wasn't quite game 6 Klay. I said it was game 5 Klay. I said he was going to warm up. He didn't quite make it. So check this out. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to make the picks today. What I'm going to do? I'm going to let y'all pick for me. I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to tell you guys if we're going higher or lower, and you tell me. All right, the polls is going to drop. We're going to rock with Devin Booker. Higher, lower points. We're going to rock with Jokic. Higher, lower. Assist. Then we're going to rock with Joel Embiid. We're just going to do everything with Joel Embiid. Points, rebounds, and assists. But moving along, make sure you vote on the poll too. And also, promo code #thepanel. Now, let's keep it pushing. It was another game last night, right? Do we want to talk about that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Let's get into
it. Can't hear you, Mars.
Julius Randle is 2-0 in games he's played well in the playoffs in his life. 100% record maintained.
Actually, we have to talk about the Knicks. Let me grab.
Oh, then he definitely deserved the All NBA third team.
Exactly.
We talking about these Knicks. Let me grab my shit.
Never lost a playoff game when he played as well.
Let's get it. It's not over yet, boys. It's not over yet.
Y'all took him off the list, though. When I put him on the list, y'all took Julius off the list. And the only way the Knicks are going to win the series is if Julius go to Miami and show up big. He's the key. If he plays well, they win this series. He gave you 2 games. He got to go to Miami and face his demons in game 6. If he goes in game 6 and plays well, y'all took him off the playoff list. I had him on the list. And look what he went and did yesterday, along with Brunson. So we just got to be honest, man. Julius Randle, man, he don't have his ups and downs, but he showed up yesterday, man. Big threes, big plays. He showed up, bro. When that game was teetering right before halftime. The big plays he made right before halftime to make sure they just had a little bit of space at halftime, bro. You got to give him his credit, man. I like what I saw him bring to the table, going against adversity in New York, against the crowd, against the fans. You know they'll turn on you quick. I rock with Julius, man. I think Julius got to go get it done, man. It's game 6 is all on him. He play well, they win. If he don't, if he have one of them stinkers, they're going to get blown out.
I don't know. I feel like he can have a normal Julius Randle game, and as long as they get what they got from RJ last night, and if Jalen Brunson's going for damn near 40, they still a win.
He played 48 minutes last night too. Him and Grimes played 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
Floor.
That is crazy. That's some tip stuff. That's a typical team. That's
very Tibbs. That's very Tibbs.
I'm definitely not gonna take nothing away from Julius Randle. We definitely, if the Knicks want to do anything, they definitely need performances like that from Julius. Now, do I think he can do that? That's not for me to say, but I definitely would love to.
No, he cannot.
I would love to do it.
He can do it. He can do it.
I don't care what he does. I'm still trading Julius Randle in the offseason.
Julius Randle could do it.
I'm giving him his credit. He had a good game. I mostly want to give my praise to RJ because I'm a big RJ hater. So anytime RJ plays good, in my opinion, that's for me to be like, okay, yeah, he's proving me wrong because I'm not really the biggest RJ guy. Jalen Brunson, hey man,
yeah, we got to talk about him. We got to talk about that boy.
He's not the best JB. I'll tell you that. Jalen Brunson is the best JB in the Knicks, no matter who come out there. I'm gonna say that right now. Jalen really might be that guy.
Now we're gonna get JB squared, bro. It's cool.
Listen, I this season, I know going into the season, it was questions about if he was overpaid. He obviously killed that out the water. He obviously deserved that money. Now he is really in conversations in 1 year from going overpaid to severely underpaid. Because if this is the guy Jalen Brunson is for this contract, boy, that's a steal. The Knicks got a steal.
Whoa. I was the one who said he got overpaid. He's outplaying his contract this year. But let's not think we haven't seen guys come out and ball out for 1 year and then just drop off. So, hey, give him his props, give him his flowers. He's outdoing his contract right now 1,000%. Do it again. Do it again. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, let me see you do it again.
That's wrong. I disagree with you saying that. I think that's wrong because I think he's been doing that for 2 years now. I think that he proved that when he went to the conference finals with Luka. Now everybody's seeing how much of an impact he had, and now he's come back and took over as a leader of the New York Knicks and has them 2 games in the conference finals.
I agree with you. He's the best player.
We stopped holding him back, bro. We stopped holding him back. Who's holding him back?
Here's the thing. When you see him come out, this is the first time he's been like the lead guy. Yes, he did it last year with Luka. I agree to a certain extent. But this is the first year he's been the lead guy. And let's be honest, I think everybody thought he got overpaid and he wasn't going to be as good as the hype. And I think people weren't ready for it and they took it for granted. Teams now next year, right, will start to game plan against him. And I'm not saying he won't do it. I'm just saying let's see how he does when teams are now ready for him. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
Can I ask everybody a question? I want to ask everybody a question right quick. I want everybody to ask or to answer: is he overpaid, underpaid, or properly paid? As of right now. Right now,
he's underpaid. Right now, he's underpaid.
Yes.
Hey, you know who else is underappreciated? Duncan Robinson, bro. They buried that dude to the bench, man. Bro, that dude is one of the best 3-point shooters I think I've seen. He's on, to me, he could be near Clay's level when he finishes his career.
He's 6'8" too. He's 6'8" too. The way he drained shots, I told you. To me, Spo gave up on him a little too quick, bro. A shooter sometimes gonna go through a slump, bro. That dude can shoot that, bro. He almost got him back and won the game last night shooting the ball like that, bro. That dude was crazy.
Slump was crazy.
But it's not about his shooting; it's about his ability to defend. I think it's more Spo. Spo emphasized that defense, and I just think Duncan is not a great defender. It's kind of a cone at times. I think that's what got him in the doghouse more than the shooting.
J-Rob, sometimes you gotta allow your other 4 players to make up for an asset like that. Like I'm not a fan of players who can't play defense. I personally don't like that, but I mean you got guys like Steph, for instance, who's not.
And we ain't gonna sit here.
I don't disagree with that at all, Ron.
And Ron, what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna sit here like Jamal Crawford wasn't a cone. We're not gonna sit here like Lou Williams wasn't a cone, but he was a specialist.
They were making their
so to say, and they would be today, just like Jordan Poole is today. So with that being said, a guy like Duncan Robinson in that system, just like with the Clippers, they were able to hide Jordan. They were able to hide Jamal Crawford. They were able to hide Williams. They were able to hide those guys. The problem with Spo, who I think is the best coach in the playoffs right now, he hasn't really done a great job in hiding him and just continuing to have him shoot the long ball. Now, I tell you this, I don't think Miami shoots as bad tomorrow night as they did last night. I think that they shoot a lot better at home than they did on the road. I can't believe I'm saying this, but to have a guy like Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry, who you're relying on, to go 6 for 22 and still have an opportunity to win the game at the end, I mean, that says a lot about how bad they shot. I think the Knicks did a damn good job defensively on Jimmy Butler. I thought Grimes chasing him around, chasing him off screens, particularly in the short corner where they get Jimmy Butler doubled and get Jimmy Butler off the ball. And we're getting him off the basketball. Now you're throwing him off rhythm. And when you throw him off rhythm, especially when they playing as fast as they are and you don't get Jimmy involved in the game, then you get him out of the offense. I thought they did a real good job at that.
I feel like the thing with Duncan Robinson was, I mean, he was always a cone on defense. Back in the bubble, he was a cone on defense. He's never not been a cone on defense. Correct. It was just his shooting was so good and he was so consistent. He deserved the contract and he deserved minutes. He was only two. That slump was like a year and a half, 2 year slump. This wasn't like a 10-game slump and then they sat him because of it. Right. He was trash for ever since he started his podcast. Once he started his podcast, he just said, you know what? I got my money. I got my pod. I don't need to shoot. And then it's like, okay, well, let me start shooting now. Like this playoffs, he was just reemerged. I don't think he was doing that for real in the regular season either. Like I really feel like maybe he was. I'm not gonna act like I was watching all the Heat games, so I could be wrong, chat. But I don't even think this regular season, Duncan Robinson showed he was coming back to the guy he was when he got that money. In the playoffs, he just got thrown in, and his shots just start falling. Angels in the outfield type stuff. So hey, as long as he's hitting, keep playing him. But it's the same issue that I want to say the Nets had with what's buddy? Average Joe. Joe Harris. Joe Harris was fire 1 year. Literally gets paid, can't hit the side of the backboard.
And Mars, you gonna put some respect on Julius Randle's name. You gonna do it, Mars. Before this,
I said he played well. I said he played well.
By 1 good year.
I said Julius Randle played well. I said he's 2-0 in playoff games where he plays well. I've given him enough credit. He's the only player I know who's never lost a game where he played well. I also said if Julius Randle plays in the series, Heat in 6, and it's going to be Heat in 6. So I mean, I've been pretty accurate. Every game I said he would play well, he played well. The 2 times I said he played well, he played well. So I mean, Julius Randle seems to listen to me when it comes to his performances. So you're welcome, Julius.
I also think too, chill. We talking about Duncan Robinson is like, come on, y'all know basketball. If you do one thing good, and you're not doing that one thing that you're supposed to be doing good, it's hard to find minutes for you. Look at Malik. Ask Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley, Troy Brown, sure.
Ask Troy Brown and Malik Beasley. What 100%. Happens when you're one dimensional? You lose your minutes to Lonnie. You lose your minutes to Lonnie Walker.
Who shouldn't even got it? You shouldn't have took his minutes. At that
right.
Point. Like,
exactly.
Lonnie should have just kept his minutes. Like, I don't know why Lonnie was getting DNPs. Like,
yeah, I agree. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he's not shooting threes, I'm not going out my way to hide somebody that's bricking. I can't go out there and schematically hide 2 of 10, 1 of 8, 1 of 9 from the 3. I can't go out my way to hide that.
Well,
I'm thinking of them undrafted boys. Come on.
Well, with Duncan Robinson, I look at him like Kyle Korver being on the floor. What I mean when I say that is if he's on the floor specifically to shoot the long ball, he's not a pick and pop guy. He's not a off the dribble guy. That's not his game. His game is catch and shoot. So if I got a guy like that on the floor, what's the first thing I'm doing when he steps on the floor? Run something for him.
Get him a shot. Get him a shot.
Run something for him. Get him involved in the game early and often. Don't have him out there where you got him dribbling the ball, trying to shoot off the dribble. That's not his game. Run something for him and get him involved in the game early and keep him involved. If he's not effective, get him off the floor. Because he's out there to be a specialist. Like you, J-Rob, talking about football. You a punter. What do? You punt. If you ain't punting, we're not going to put you on the edge to be a corner. No, punt the football. If you ain't punting, get them off the field.
Yeah, but if you can't punt, really what they realistically going to do, if you can't punt, they cutting you.
Yeah, get them out.
You out. You can't punt. What else you going to do for us?
Right.
You're out of here.
You got one job, B. That's it.
You got one job, B.
One job.
The crazy thing about Duncan Robinson is if Tyler Hero wouldn't have got injured,
he wouldn't be on the end of the video. Just be a podcaster.
He might not be in a rotation. No, he might not be. That's a fact.
Yeah, but what I want to ask you guys about though is the Knicks' big 3 or little 3.
Stop.
Whatever you want to call it. They're
Tom, why you got a problem with that, Tom? What's your problem with that?
The term big 3 being used for those players is
I'm sick of this stupid big 3 narrative. Just because you have 3 players, they're the big 3. No, it's just your 3 players. Like there's one team that has a big 3 or 2 teams that have a big 3. I hate super team, big 3, all those bullshit crap titles that we give a team. There's no big three. Who's the big three in the Knicks?
All right, Fluid, easy. I'm talking about
Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and Brunson. That's their big three.
I'll give Brunson his respect. So then you got a half and a midget. Get out of here. Come on. Julius Randle is part of a big three.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
All right.
Hey, Mars, I'm telling you, Mars, you're going to put some respect on Julius Randle's name.
Well, I'm not putting RJ Barrett in a big three. Like, not even an all-star. He's a big three. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, they're not a big three. They're a collective group of guys. They're just a collective group of guys.
That's all.
I know the cold word to get and set Fluent off.
I'm not going to overvalue. All right, Mars, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to overvalue. I'm not going to overvalue Julius Randle. I'm not going to do that. Okay,
just call him the Knicks three. That's the Knicks three,
I'm not going to overvalue him, but what I'm not going to do.
Are you telling me 10 years from now, they're going to be like, man, that big three of RJ Barrett, Julius Randle.
Just call them the Bodega Boys, man. Just call them the Bodega Boys, man.
Yo, Fluent, I did say the Knicks.
That's all they are, the Bodega Boys.
I mean, this might be the best collection of three players that the Knicks have had since Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire was there.
And who was the third with that one?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Ron?
What better collection of players have you guys had?
When they had Andrea Bargnani.
Oh, come on, bro. Got you. Okay.
Come on,
J-Rob, don't get mad at me because y'all been in poverty.
What was it? It wasn't Lawson. Who am I thinking about?
Don't start throwing strays at me.
I'm not.
I don't need that right now. I don't need that right now.
Y'all got to
none of them boys was better than
Pablo.
No, I said since then. I said since then. I didn't say they were better than them. I said
Wilson Chandler. No, he got traded with Melo. No, so it wasn't even Wilson.
J.R. Shumpert.
It might have been like J.R.
Yeah, we had Henny. This was Henny J.R. This was at his peak, man. We had the real J.R. back in the day, man. He was good.
Landry Fields.
My boy Steve Novak was the real Duncan Robinson.
Jeremy Lin.
My dog Novak was the real Duncan Robinson, bro. My boy Landry Fields out of Stanford University. Come on, stop playing with me, man. Those are some good times, bro.
The best thing Landry Fields did was let Jeremy Lin sleep on his couch, bro. I promise you that was his own.
My dog. Come on, don't even get me started about my dog Raymond Felton, the Bulldog.
That's who I was thinking about. Raymond Felton. That's who I'm thinking about.
Out of the corner store, man. Stop playing.
Raymond Felton.
Nova Kane and company.
Hey, you know, Shaq and Vince Carter's moms. Shaq and Vince Carter's moms yesterday on our Mother's Day special did give a shout out to Charlie Ward. So shout out to Charlie Ward on your squad.
Shout out to Charlie Ward, man.
For real. All right, y'all. I'm about to dive into these super chats, but I got one more question. And then we got to talk about these All-NBA.
Oh,
man. We have to do that. Hey, I got a question for you guys. We're going to get to the super chats, and we're talking about All-NBA. My question is, all 4 series are at 3-2. Which team do you guys think has the best chance? You get to put your money on one team to come back from their deficit. J-Rob,
Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. You feel me? Look, survive and advance. That's all we got to do. We playing with house money. We're going to go into Miami. Tibbs is going to play them boys 50 minutes if he has to. We're going to do what we got to do. And if we just could get one game in New York with all the chips on the table, man, we're going to come back and get it done. I think the Warriors is over with. Celtics, done with. But the New York Knicks, baby, don't sleep. We got 1-2 more games, and it'll be what it'll be.
Art, who you got?
Phoenix. I had Phoenix winning the series, and now they're down 3-2. So if I want to stay on them winning the series, they have to come back. So Phoenix, yeah, that's my. And Philly was going to win regardless. You guys were all wrong, other than Fluent. I told you Philly was going to win. Miami, I said they were going to win because Julius Randle was playing. So I'm going to be right about that. And I said Lakers in 6 as well. So the only series that is up in the air right now is Phoenix. So I believe.
Fluent?
Well, okay. I had the 76ers. I don't know if you said I had the 76ers, but I had the 76ers as well. I think the Lakers get it done. I think the Heat finish off the Knicks. So I'm going to go. Are the Suns at home? The Suns are at home, right?
The Suns are at home, yeah.
I think they're the only one playing at home that could force a game 7. Everybody else, the 76ers are at home, the Lakers are at home, and Miami's at home. So you got 3 of the 4 at home in game 6. I think all 3 of those home teams win. So I'm going to go with the Suns, who are the home team, and force game 7. And then the Nuggets win in 7 like I predicted. And I'm right on all 4 series.
Phoenix in 7. Phoenix
4-0. 4-0. Underdog.
Knicks in 7, Phoenix in 7, Lakers in 6.
Damo, talk to us.
Well, I had Denver winning in 6, so that's going to plan. I had Lakers winning in 6, which means we had to lose 2 games, so I'm not worried. I planned for us to lose 2 games, just didn't know which 2, but we're going to win. I had, what was it? I've never put money on the Knicks, so I felt like I don't even got to talk about that series. Only one I've been wrong about so far is the Celtics and Sixers series. And yeah, I'm gonna take the C's just so I can stay right. I'm gonna retweet what Mars said to keep my prediction going of having a Lakers Celtics finals. I'm gonna need them to win, so I'm definitely going with the Celtics. I don't trust James Harden. I don't care I don't care if he plays 2 consistent games. I don't trust James Harden.
Trust James Harden, but you need to trust the process.
Oh my god!
I'm still not confident in Philly winning this series. By the way,
I'm not either.
But I'm gonna stick with it because
Mars.
I'm not confident.
Philly could be up 3-0. I wouldn't feel confident.
Yeah, I'm not confident. Like they could blow this series, and I wouldn't be surprised. But to stay with the Philly in the finals pick, they're gonna close out. But I'm not confident at all.
Chill. I told you last episode, if these dudes don't close this series out, I don't ever want to hear nothing about Joel Embiid and James Harden ever again. I'm not picking him to win a regular season game against the Rockets next year, Mars.
You just asked what is the one team that has the best opportunity to come back, and I think that's the Boston Celtics because I know you. I know you. Of all the people that I know you. You can try to dress yourself up and you can try to look different, get your hair cut, get a shave, get clean. At the end of the day, I know you. I know where you've been, I know how you did it, and I know who you did it with. And I've seen it too many times. So if there's one team in these playoffs that I think can come back from being down 3-2, it's the Boston Celtics on Philadelphia.
And I don't know how you're throwing shade at the Rockets. Mars has them going 82-0 next year with Ime Udoka.
Hey man, like the feud.
Yeah, once we get Wemby, I don't want to hear no more fake Rockets fan joining the bandwagon. I joined when we were trash, so I'm allowed. But you guys trying to join when we get good, no, you're not welcome. I was on the bandwagon when we were the worst team in the NBA, so it's different.
I'll see you in Houston next year, Mars, if y'all get Wemby. Yo, Ticket, talk to us. What team that's down 3-2 can come back?
Real time is full of it. See, none of the teams come back, except for the Warriors. The Warriors, the only team that's down 3-2 right now to come back and win. I picked them at 7 at the beginning of this series. So they're the team that will come back and win. Everybody else pretty much take care of business. Denver take care of business. You know what? Take that. Julius Randle goes to Miami and gets it. Miami has a stink. Miami has a stink. And I'm going to tell y'all why I say this. You can look like that, Mars. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I still got something for your ass. Don't worry. But,
what you got, Ticket? I'm listening. I'm listening.
I got a size 16. But like I said, look, man. Here's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. Miami's known to put up stinkers, bro, at home. We saw them do it where they could have gotten the playoffs, and they did it to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Tibbs, man. Bro, I just think he's going to whip up something in this game, man. I think this shit going 7, man, in the Garden, man. And so I think if it gets back to the Garden, then I think it's who knows what can happen. So I think they win that game. Mm-hmm. Miami's played great at home almost every game so far. I don't see them doing it every single game in the series. Mm-hmm. So I do think the New York, and I think Julius is due for a big game on the road to silence the critics. Same thing with Doc, man. They saying Doc couldn't close out. I don't see Doc giving up this lead this time, bro. I think they have a great game plan. And I don't think that Boston can do anything to counter Doc's game plan because of all of the parts that are playing well. That Melton's coming off the bench playing well. PJ Tucker not really having to score a lot of points, but his presence being felt. Offensive rebound, defensively. Also, Tobias Harris buying in and playing his role, getting little post touches, hitting perimeter shots, taking dudes off the dribble. And then James Harden. titties over titles. Y'all already know. Listen, tonight, James might put these dudes away again tonight.
What is your ticket? Quick question for you. What is Philly's game plan that you mentioned? What's the plan? What are they doing? Philly's game plan is simple, man. Is to stick to the basics. Keep big fella away from the basket so that Maxey and those guys can drive. And I was thinking to myself, why do they keep pulling Embiid away from the basket? Because they want to pull Robert Williams. They want to pull Big Al Horford. All those guys, they want to pull them away from the basket so that their other guards have driving lanes in order to get to the basket. Kind of like what the Warriors are doing with Anthony Davis.
That's facts. See what I'm saying? And so that's why. And then their pick and pop game is so good with Embiid and Harden. Embiid is hitting that shit, bro. And Philly, Boston is giving him the pick and pop. They're giving him that, and he's hitting that shit, bro. The only thing they're not giving him is when they throw it to him at the top of the key, they'll try and trap or double him or press him with a guard.
I don't understand. I don't understand
that. Yeah, because he's passing. He's passing quick out of the double. That killed him last game. See what I'm saying? He got rid of it quick. So, bro, I just think, Doc, I think this is the year he make everybody eat their words, man. I really think they get to the finals this year, bro, based off what I'm seeing. I think they get through the series tonight, man. So to answer Ron's question, the only team I see come back winning from 3-2, winning, is the Warriors. But I do see the Knicks pushing at 7. I just still think Jimmy crazy ass can go get a game 7 in New York.
Let's go New York Knicks, man. Come on, Tibbs. Coach something up, bro.
If Julius Randle proves me wrong, so be it. But I have
no, Mark. It ain't just so be it. It's not just gonna be so be it. You're gonna get on here and you're gonna stand on your nuts. You're gonna apologize about Julius Randle.
No, I'm not going to apologize. You know what?
Yes, you are.
If Chill can say about James Harden making 2 game winners, I know who he is. Julius Randle having 3 good games isn't going to make me change my whole opinion of him.
No,
and
I'm
if
sorry.
James Harden having 3 good games, if Philadelphia does that and they go to the NBA, I have to stand on it and go, damn, James, I didn't know you had. I didn't know you had. And
Julius, I'm sorry, 3 good games is not going to make me say Julius Randle was all of a sudden better than I thought he was. No,
Bam gonna have one of those games, man. Bam gonna have one of those games. Y'all gonna be like, man, this man done came up here with around a 10-point. 9 rebound game. Like he gonna do something. Bam gonna have one of them games in game 6 that's gonna really tick y'all off, bro. Like that I just feel it, bro. I feel it, man. And Julius is the key to making that happen. If he keeps attacking those guys, that keeps Bam busy. Sometimes you can get Bam in foul trouble. He's very aggressive defensively. So I just, man, listen, bro. I'm gonna say it again, man. That New York Knicks thing, man. I still think Jimmy can win a game on the road in game 7 in New York. Because he's crazy enough to do it, and they got the shooting to do it. But I just think game 6, Miami's going to have a dud, man. I think they're going to have a dud, bro. I think we're going to be saying, damn, dog, these boys going to kick them 7. They're real scary in the guard.
Ticket, your mic wilding right now.
Gotta meet force with force, Chill. Let's just keep meeting force with force. And I just need Mitchell Robinson, please, Mitchell. Just if you could just go crazy on the glass like you was doing this season. Come on, man.
Dude, you're begging Tibbs to coach up a game. You're done.
Listen, we got some heart though, man. Jalen Brunson got heart. Grimes showed some heart. I like when Julius getting downhill and making good decisions with that basketball. He's a better player. I hate when he just settles for perimeter jump shots. When he's getting inside that paint, just meet force with force and just go at Bam. If Julius can go at Bam, get him in some early foul trouble, especially in that first half of that game. I'm just saying. New York, we will be playing New York in the Garden in game 7.
I'm just saying, if it's Tibbs and Brunson versus Spo and Butler, I know where my money's going.
But we ain't saying just Brunson. We saying Julius too.
Like I said.
Y'all bugging, bro. Y'all bugging, bro.
Hey, y'all did everything not to get Philly.
Look, I just want y'all to know, if the Knicks go to a game 7, I don't care. Just get to game 7. I'm going to be unbearable. Unbearable. Win or lose, as long as you're there. As long as I'm there. Win or lose, as long as I'm there. As long as I'm there.
J-Rob, will I be able to handle you, J-Rob? Yes or no?
Hey, yo, but no.
Yo, on that note, Yo,
I can't handle J-Rob. I can't handle him. He's super wild.
I'm going to be unbearable. I'm going to be unbearable. Because the Knicks, I'm telling you, man, the way we played last night, look, if that's what it takes, I feel like in the playoffs, you got to just do what it takes. If not leaving Jalen Brunson on the floor is what it takes, that's what it takes. And I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with that. So as long as he can keep doing what he's doing, and Julius is a good decision maker with that basketball, and, just RJ Barrett, just come along for the ride a little bit, please. I don't even need you to give me 26. Just make good shots, make good decisions, come along for that ride, play defense. And Mitchell Robinson, get in that paint and rebound the basketball, and we'll be all right.
All right, fellas. We're going to move along to these super chats. God Serena said 2 games left for this 3-1 comeback. Game 6, Klay needs to make a return, and Curry in Game 7s is a monster. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, LA fakers.
That's not true, but he does owe LeBron James because he stunk it up that year they played in Game 7 where LeBron went down there and took that game in the Oracle. He didn't play well that game, if I'm not mistaken.
There will be no Game 7. I don't care.
It's late.
There is.
It's
every time y'all do this, man, y'all eat y'all words, bro.
Never mind.
I never.
Yeah, that game not going to
Influent. Let me remind you of one thing. AD has been playing well for a lot of games. He due for one, baby. He due for one. He due for one of them games where you looking at him like, man, he don't play well 4 straight games.
Yeah, it'll be Game 1 against the Nuggets.
What do you mean? What do you mean he due for one of them games? Ticket. How about in Game 4? He only had 4 points in the second half.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He been playing well. And Dom been on his screen other too. He been playing well for the last 4 games.
Same thing last night. Ticket. I mean, he had 20. He had 23. Just so you know,
right, hold on. But if he would have got fouled out, he probably had around 26.
And just so you know, that foul was in the middle of the fourth.
You know it's coming, dog.
He had 18 in the first half. Okay,
you know it's coming.
18 in the first half.
You know it's coming, dog. You know it's coming. It's coming, dog. It's coming. That game is coming. And if it comes tomorrow, boy, man, if y'all got to go to a Game 7, Chitchat, I don't even want to see your face, dog.
What you call it? Hold on. Stop right there. Once again, who did I say the road to the NBA championship goes to?
Golden State.
The Warriors.
And who did I say until you drop them, don't talk to me? Who did I say? And not only that, and the Los Angeles Lakers throughout the season, where did I have them at best?
Second round.
Worst team in the league.
At one point, where were they at, Tone? They were the worst team in the league.
Worst team in the league with the best case scenario second round.
That was it. So,
but you picked in this series though.
Ticket's sitting here talking to me like I got the Lakers winning the NBA championship.
Wait, who did you pick this series? Did you pick the Warriors?
He picked the Warriors. He picked the Warriors.
Oh, chill. You picked the Warriors?
He picked the Warriors.
He picked the Warriors. He picked the Warriors.
Why is he picking the Lakers in Game 6?
Because the Lakers went up 3-1.
You live and you learn new information.
So you changed your pick. He changed his pick. All right, dog. All right. So you was right the first time. You're gonna be wrong the second time, but you should have stayed with your first pick.
When you're introduced with new information, you can make a new decision.
That's what it is.
Fluent. Goes around, comes around. They got Curry in 2016. Now in 2023. It's time for Curry to get his revenge.
That's not the way that works, Ticket. You know why that's not the way that works? Because he did the same thing to KD and he got it back on him. So that he got it back on him that same year. So no, that doesn't work.
Angie Carr said, I've been saying worst series scenario would be the underrated Knicks in MSG in a winner go home Game 7. MSG shit NYC would be fire. Heat will lose.
I'll be at the game. I got my courtside tickets ready. I'm gonna be at the game next to Spike. You heard? Watch. Denzel won't be at the game.
There's no Game 7 for you. There's no Game 7.
There's a Game 7 for me.
You will. You might be the only.
If Phoenix gets the Game 7, I'm getting the Game 7. You heard? We're getting one. I'm going to New York. I'm gonna be chilling with the Bodega Boys afterwards. You feel me? I'm gonna have a bacon, egg, and cheese ready for Julius and them right after the game, dapping them up. I might even go to the press conference with them. Like, yeah, we here.
Quick side note. And even though I am vegan and I don't eat, like, some of the best bacon and egg sandwiches have been from bodegas, yo.
They literally all are. They literally all are.
Some of the best. Forget Dunkin' Donuts. Forget all the best bacon and egg sandwiches.
Dunkin' Donuts. That Einstein Bros.
Man, forget all of that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. This is the key. The key to New York and New Jersey having the best bacon, egg, and cheese and bagels in the land. It's all in the water, y'all. It's all in the water. I'm just saying.
All right, y'all. Moving along. Kwabe said he has risen with the new black hoodie.
In the house. In the house. I told you.
It is indeed a new black hoodie.
I told you if Mars wasn't back here in a couple of days, it was gonna be something. Ticket too. We're gonna storm the castle. Y'all better get my man out, or it's gonna be something.
Hey, Ron.
What's up?
What does it do if Doc Rivers wins a chip this year for his legacy to these guys?
Who? Good question. Ooh.
Doc Rivers. Because y'all said, like I asked y'all, Fluent, I asked you in Chilltown, and Mars on here too. I asked y'all about Doc's legacy. Right. And I asked y'all was like, I don't know, he ain't here, he ain't there. Like, what does it do if he wins a chip this year with this team, the way they did it, going through Boston, and then if he wins a chip this year, what does that do? Because y'all said he wasn't better than E Spoke.
So I can't. What?
Go ahead.
What I can't do is I'm not going to overvalue this. I mean, number one, he had the leading assist guy on his team. He got the league MVP on his team. They had the third best record in the NBA. And with them having the third best record in the NBA, for them to have to deal with Boston, which is a rivalry, and for them to win it, I don't think it's going to overshadow everything else he did. Because remember, Ticket, he's 12 years. What are we in? I'm sorry. What are we in? 2023? He's 15 years removed from winning the NBA championship. 15 years. It's not like he won it. It's not like he won it.
Isn't that hate, though, based off the fact that Eric Spoelstra had LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh in their prime? And it ain't like Doc had that every. Hold on. So that I'm saying, ain't that because y'all? Yeah, that's what y'all said, right?
You can say that with Popovich had Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. Phil Jackson had Jordan and Pippen and Shaq and Kobe, and you could say that with literally every coach who's won, but he's had these players. What I would say about Doc specifically is he's the most overrated coach ever. I would probably take that tag off of him, but I still don't think he's a phenomenal coach.
Who would take that tag?
Okay, that's hate, bro. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
It's not hate. It's
who would become the most overrated coach ever if Doc Rivers loses the tag?
I haven't thought about it that much because I don't expect him to do it. So I'd have to.
I had Philly winning the chip before the season, so
that's hate.
I haven't made losing.
Everything y'all said about James Harden on here, bro.
Final and losing because Doc got out-coached.
No, I'm saying everything y'all said about James Harden and the way y'all criticize, and now Chill's using, he leads the league in assists as an excuse, bro. That's sad, man.
What do you mean as an excuse?
No, I'm saying no. But everything y'all said about Harden, I'm talking about the narratives that have been put out about him not being able to get over the hump, not being able to win. And Doc takes him, coaches him, and does something that D'Antoni couldn't do with him in his prime when they had a loaded team. And he does that with an older version of James Harden, bro. Not an MVP James Harden. Come on, man. Y'all got to be bro.
Houston was never loaded. Number one.
James Harden did exactly what Mike D'Antoni wanted him to do. Now, was that the right thing to win a chip? No. But he did exactly what he wanted him to do. And Harden loved it. So I don't know what you're saying. He did something that Doc did something that Mike D'Antoni couldn't do. He hasn't done anything.
And with Eric Spoelstra getting to the NBA Finals 4 straight years with LeBron James, with Chris Bosh, with Dwayne Wade, that matters. And then him actually doing a better coaching job 2 years later, because if Chris Bosh doesn't come up with those blood clots in his legs, I think they end up in the East Finals in 2016. I think they
44 games that year or something. 40.
Yeah,
I think they were like the 3 seed or something.
Yeah, I think they end up in the East Finals that year. So Spo doing the jobs that he's done. I'm thinking of a time when, like you just talked about, Ticket, about Philadelphia doing. Is this Doc Rivers' best coaching job, or is this just a good coaching job on a? Is this a good coaching job on a damn good team?
Yes, bro. Look, you just said before the series that you had Boston in 4 or 5 games.
I had them smoking.
So now.
Hold on, Tone. Keep going, Ticket. Hold on, Tone.
So he would have to do that, and then be Spo. If Spo comes out of that, and then win the NBA championship. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
I want to ask you a question. So if Doc takes this team to an NBA championship, does that negate all the negative coaching
That's
jobs.
what I was getting ready to say.
But we've done that for so many other coaches, though.
Who Ticket?
Hold on. For example, so if LeBron James has 2011, does the next couple of years when he plays better and wins a title, does that negate the 2011 tank job?
No, it doesn't.
No, but y'all still hold on. But y'all still have him at the top of the food chain.
One player, then you can't do it with the coach.
No, I'm saying, but y'all still have him at the top of the food chain.
And Doc Rivers, you want to put him at the top of the food chain if he ends up winning the NBA championship, considering what he just did over the last couple of years.
But not just hold on, but you got to also. I'm just saying, listen, bro.
For everybody or nobody?
My man, nobody picked Philly to win the chip this year.
Hey!
Mars did.
No. I ain't saying Mars. I'm talking about from in the media. I'm talking about from in the media and from everybody. Nobody had them favorite. Everybody thought Harden was a fraud and he was done. Everybody. If Doc turns that around and wins the championship with that dude, a dude that people thought couldn't get the chip done after he left Houston, come on, bro. After the stuff failed in Brooklyn, then he takes over, gets this guy to buy into what he wants to do, then goes wins a couple games against the Celtics with Embiid out one game and compromise the other game. Come on, man. Come on, bro. At some point in time,
he's got a long way to go before he wins the championship.
Can I just ask, what coach did one ring erase all the history of them being bad coaches?
None.
Zero. You said which coach? Hold on. You said which coach won?
You said which coach? You said this isn't the first time we've done this where we had a coach that won and then it basically erased what he's done in the past. Which coach was that?
These dudes put. Hold on. These dudes put. Rick Carlisle got one ring. These dudes talk about Rick Carlisle like he was a second coming.
Never heard nobody talk about Rick Carlisle. Hold on.
I'm talking about for the Dallas Mavs ring. Then I'm talking about for the Dallas Mavs ring.
Right.
Then you can go through other coaches and like I said, man, you can go look at what Tyronn Lue. Everybody get Tyronn Lue this all-time credit as being this great coach. This man sit up here and talk about how great of a coach Tyronn Lue is. He ain't won nothing since he had LeBron James.
Right.
So Doc Rivers goes and wins the chip. How?
Now,
but Ticket.
No. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. They will tell you right now. Fluent and Chilltown will tell you they think Ty Lue is an all-time greater coach than Doc Rivers.
Will y'all take it?
I don't think I would. But Ticket, I feel like I would.
No, I'm talking about them. I ain't saying you. I'm trying to see. They didn't say nothing because they would. But
if I said, hold on, Ticket. If I said I would have said that. You're right. But I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute. No, that's not true. Because I don't think Ty Lue. I'm not looking at Ty Lue. Yeah, I'm not looking at Ty Lue like, yo,
but y'all don't call Ty Lue a fraud. Y'all don't call Ty Lue.
Well, what is Ty?
What is his best players be hurt?
Hold on. The narrative around Ty Lue was that he was an overrated coach when he was with LeBron. Everyone said, "Oh, it's just LeBron coaching his team. Ty Lue is just a figurehead." That was literally a thing when he got the job in LA. You had half the people saying, "Oh yeah, it's because Ty Lue's actually a good coach, so people respect him," and the other half said he just got this because he won with LeBron James. So there was scrutiny with Ty Lue's name. It wasn't just like everybody saying no one's called him an all-time coach. I can't remember any basketball conversation I've had when someone said Ty Lue is an all-time coach. I've heard people say he's a good coach. I've heard people say he's a better coach than what people are doing. Yes. I've heard that all the time, but an all-time great, no. Never. And the same thing with Carlisle. I've heard people say Rick Carlisle is a great coach, but in these all-time coach conversations, I haven't heard Rick Carlisle's name brought up. I've heard his name brought up in the best coaches.
I can keep going.
Active coaches, Rick Carlisle's name is brought up amongst active coaches in the NBA. Yeah, people will say, "Oh yeah, Rick Carlisle is one of the better coaches, despite what his record is because of his resume." But that's not all time.
I can keep giving y'all an example. Larry Brown won one championship. One. Every other year, he didn't win in the NBA. He won one chip. But these dudes won't tell you he's overrated. They won't say that. They will not say that about Larry Brown. They won't say Larry Brown. They won't talk about the players he had after he left Philly. Go ahead.
Let me ask you about Larry Brown. So how many times did Larry Brown blow a 3-1 lead? How many times did Larry Brown have a great...
He didn't even get there.
Hold on. How many times did he have a great team that underachieved? And I'm not saying Larry Brown's a great coach, but I'm going to ask you, how many times did he do that?
So, but I'm gonna ask you, do you think Larry Brown's a better coach than Doc Rivers?
No.
Ooh, I think they're pretty on par. But I know Doc Rivers has a bunch of blown 3-1 leads, and I know Doc Rivers had some great teams that underachieved. I know that for a fact.
And you're right about that. But
Jay,
you guys, you
write about Larry Brown all the time because I said, man, if Detroit would have drafted Carmelo, that team would have won multiple chips. And he's like, no, he's not. Larry Brown wouldn't let him. So I don't think he holds Larry Brown in high regard either.
He would have wrecked Carmelo Anthony.
There you go.
I'm on record saying that. The best thing that ever happened to Carmelo Anthony was not going to Detroit. Larry Brown would have wrecked him.
Man, y'all, like I said, man, we gotta put more respect. Doc, I love you, man. I'm gonna keep putting respect on your name because I know all the coaches that y'all praise, a lot of them came up from underneath Doc. So, like I said,
Ty Lue, for example.
Yeah, but it ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. Chris Paul gets hurt all the time. CP3 hurt again.
You got to be realistic for Doc. All the good things he had. What a real big three in Boston, and the fact that they only won one chip. I know there was injuries, blah blah blah, but only one chip. That was a failure overall. In LA with the Clippers, that was a failure overall. In Philadelphia, so far, it's been a failure. Unless you unless he goes,
unless you win a chip.
How many times he's lost 3-1 leads? You have to look at his whole resume. And yeah, is he a good coach? Like if you look X's and O's, motivation, do players like him? Sure, all of those things are true. But at the end of the day, coaches are rated on their results, and his results should be better than they are.
And not only that, hold on a second, real quick.
Go ahead.
And not only that, have we seen Doc Rivers and said, "Yo, that's a great coaching job from Doc Rivers"? At any point, have we said that? As opposed to saying Spo did a great coaching job, or
y'all don't give him but y'all don't give him that credit.
You keep saying we don't give him the credit. Where is it? Where is it shown that he's done that for us to give him that credit?
What do you mean? He's done well with most of the Boston team, even though they're supposed to. Y'all was the ones who argued with me that KG got hurt another year. He should have won a chip that year where KG got hurt. Y'all argued that with me the year KG got hurt in the playoffs. Then he had to deal with the years that CP3 got hurt. Once again, Monty Williams is dealing with that right now. CP3 hurt again. They also deal with that.
He was there 6 years and got hurt 1 year.
Hold on. No. But I'm just saying he had to deal with a whole lot of injuries. He had to deal with all the Kawhi injuries with the Clippers. He had to deal with the Paul and George injuries with the Clippers. So all those years with the Clippers, we're criticizing him. He dealing with them dudes that got. And then the year they was healthy, these idiots get walked down. That wasn't Doc's fault. That was their fault. That was Paul George shooting up the side of the backboard. That was Kawhi Leonard scoring 14 points in the closeout. That was Doc's fault.
Okay, so it's the player's fault when he loses, but it's his fault when but it's the coach when they play well. Because you're giving him all the credit for James Harden right now.
He turned James Harden around from what we saw.
I just personally think it's a doggy dog world to be a coach, though. It is not being a head coach is a doggy dog world. Like ask Nick Nurse, ask Coach Bud, ask Frank Vogel. You win a championship less than 2 years ago, and it doesn't matter. They getting rid of you. You know what I'm saying? Like
at some point, Sam Mitchell was coach of the year. I mean,
Dwayne Casey was coach of the year. Coach of the year got fired. It's a doggy dog world to be a coach. It is. It's a doggy dog world. You want to know something
crazy, J-Rob? Since the 2018-19 season, do you know how many head coaches are on the same team?
None of them.
1%. Just Pop, right? Pop.
Oh, you got Steve Kerr.
Spo, Kerr.
Pop, Spo, Kerr, and Malone. That's it.
Everybody else gone.
26 have been replaced.
Everybody else
there
gone.
19? When did Doc get to the Sixers?
Because Doc was with the Clippers.
Doc was on the Clippers in 2020. So
the Clippers, and he went from the Clippers to
the Sixers had Brett Brown.
Season, only 4 coaches are having the same job. So you're right.
Ask Brett Brown. Brett Brown
was kind of stinky.
No, but he made it further than many chances. You don't get that many chances before they get you out of it.
I think Doc kind of
get out. Win or get out. That's
They even moved Brad Stevens just to the office just because they didn't want to fire him. They just moved him to the office.
You could work with Dwayne Casey in Detroit.
Right. You know, that happens all the time.
Yo, but before we get into these super chats, we're having a good coaching discussion. But chilling fluent. I want to ask you guys. You're about to get fired or hired as a head coach. Let's say they sign you to a 4-year contract. Are you expecting it to go to the tenure of the contract? Or are you signing that contract expecting to get fired?
Depending on where I go. It depends on where I go. If I'm in
extension.
Ime Udoka. I mean that Houston situation is real tricky. But I think that they're bringing him down there. They're bringing him down. They're bringing him down there, and I think that they're bringing him down there for the long haul. Unless he does something dumb, I think he's going to be down there for a while. If I'm signing a 4-year, if I'm signing a 4-year extension, if I'm signing a 4-year extension in Cleveland, I expect to be there because that's a good team, and they're on their way to doing something special. But if I sign a 4-year extension in Orlando, or if I sign a 4-year contract in Atlanta, who's been, I think they've had 3 coaches in the last 4 years. That's a really unstable organization. I'm not sure if I'm even signing there.
Hey, listen, Udoka is, I don't know what I forget what the term is, but he is not a long-term coach. He is in a can't win situation.
Houston?
Yeah, he's going to go take over a young team that's going to draft another really young player. They're not going to be good at first. I don't know. Now, I don't know this about Udoka. I know he did well with a very talented Boston team. Is he good at developing young players? I don't know. If he's not, and they don't win a bunch of games in year 1, year 2, as they mature, what they'll do is, like every team does, they'll bring in another coach that's going to get all the credit for it. Much like, it's not the same, but Mark Jackson in Golden State. There's the one coach that gets them there, and then there's the other coach that takes them beyond that thing. And you see it time and time again. Doug Collins in Chicago, replaced by Phil Jackson, boom, they take off. You see it all the time. I think Udoka is in a bad situation where he's going to have not a bad team, but a very young team that might not win a lot of games in a tough Western Conference, and he'll get them to a point. Hey, this is what it took Boston to get to the finals, right? He'll get them to that point, and then someone else comes in and reaps all the rewards. I
actually really like that pickup. Go ahead, Chill. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now I believe that you could be a stopgap coach, but this thing in Houston is not something that's going to be a quick turnaround. And I don't see Houston firing their coach, who they had for 3? I think they had Silas for 3 years, and then getting Udoka and then firing him after a year or 2. I could see Udoka there for 4 years. Now, when you're talking about a guy that's developing players, don't forget, Udoka wasn't number one. He was an assistant, and he was on Greg Popovich's staff. So he's familiar with developing players and developing systems. And you got that young crew down there in Houston who they basically just do whatever they want to do. I think he's going to bring them a level of discipline. I think he's going to bring them a level of toughness that's going to make them better. Do I expect them to win 45 games next season? No, but I definitely expect them to win more than 17 or 18 games. So if they win 25, 30 games, that's an improvement. And then you move past that. And I think that
if you see player development like you're saying, then you're right. Then I think he stays longer. I don't think that's what we're going to see.
Oh, we're about to see Wembanyama go down there.
That's
all it is. It's about to be as simple as Victor comes down there and do.
Why don't you like that, Mars? What
you mean you're not going to see player development?
You're going to see him in street clothes.
You don't like Udoka down there, Mars, for the player development?
No, Fluke said he's not going to see player development. That's what I just
down there.
No, Mars. I think this is the best thing that's ever happened to Mars' favorite basketball player in the NBA. Because Jalen Green was about to be in. Jalen Green was on his way to China, bro, and Ime Udoka going to China. I just did that to troll Mars. But Mars, he needs Ime though. He needs Ime though.
I think Ime is going to put some discipline in Jalen Green. I think he's going to get he's going to get him to play harder. I think that. I definitely believe that. Because otherwise. Because he's one of them coaches that, if like Nick Nurse, if you're not doing it, you're not going to play.
You're not going to play. Exactly.
Too many temptations in Houston. He's in trouble.
I just think Silas. I just think the problem with Silas is he didn't give his players no sense of accountability to me by the way they played.
Yeah, they did whatever they wanted. Yeah.
The terrible shot selection. I mean, come on. How many times do you see Sengun in the post? Nobody cutting the basket, and he can legitimately facilitate the basketball. No movement. So I think Ime is going to just hold him to a different level of accountability. It's not about them going and
they're as good as y'all think they are.
I think they are talented, though. I think they have a lot of talent. You got to just find somebody who will tap into that talent, man. And so I feel like Jalen Green could have that type of season. I think he just got to buy in.
As long as
he's gonna have a dog in the paint,
we're gonna be a good team. As long
as I like Sengun. I think
Sengun. As long as we get a top 3, any of the top, like obviously Wemby's the main priority, but if we just get any of the top 3 picks, we'll get Wemby, Scoot, or probably Brandon Miller.
Don't get Scoot.
I think we'll be happy with anyone.
I don't think Brandon.
Hey, y'all ready to get cooked?
Let's hear
it. Neither do I. I just think Brandon Miller and Jabari Smith together is a very good wing defensive duo. Even though offensively, I think they're both going to be extremely mental.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Oh,
come on, bring it with your logic. Low down. We here. Come on, give it to us.
Actually, no, I'm just here. I'm here for Dell, man, because he's gonna come up here and cape for Kevin Durant.
So
you're a major Kevin Durant hater, you know.
Low down in the house. Low down is in the house. Low down. What up, low down?
What up, man? Oh, man.
Superstar.
Yeah, the non-superstar Kevin Durant, the guy who very rarely shows up in the playoffs.
Bird with no defense.
No,
see how much hate this is. That's just
I'll be really
Bird with no jump shot either in the playoffs, man.
Dominique Wilkins with a jumper.
No, man, that's crazy. I'm about to say, man, at least Dominique was looking at the basket to attack consistently.
Yeah.
Fellas, speaking of which, I got
tonight on Fluent and Chill.
Just for y'all.
Book it. The Suns are Booker's team tonight on Fluent and Chill. Book it. The Suns are Booker's team.
I believe that. I think that's already established though, Fluent. I don't think that's a hot take.
Oh, I better change the thumbnail.
Speaking of what, Ron? Speaking of what, Ron?
I said that right when he came, but y'all laughed at me in the chat. So y'all convinced me that I was trolling. But
I don't think that's a troll.
I didn't think Kevin Durant would be trolling like this yet again in a playoff run. So who knows?
He's not that guy.
It's all right. It's gonna be an 80 ball tonight though.
When Phoenix
85 points tonight. 85 points tonight between the two. 80 tonight, man. Let's go.
The series over then. The series is over.
80 or nothing. Hey, chill. 80 or nothing. 80 or nothing.
I literally think Kevin Durant is just. I think Kevin Durant knows it's Devin Booker's team. He's not going to step on no feet. Again, he came there mid-season. It would seem real diva-ish. It would seem real problematic if Kevin Durant comes there mid-season, misses the amount of time he missed on top of that, then comes back playing scrub teams, as people want to say, because they didn't play real comp when he was 8-0, and then come in the playoffs and be like, nah. You know who I am. Give me the ball. I wouldn't like that. I respect what he's doing. Now, I understand you're Kevin Durant, so there's a level of expectation and prestige you should have about yourself, and you need to attack. But if Devin Booker is out here giving you 107 points in the last 2 games, and you're not trying to step on toes, you're trying to show that you're with the system, and you're buying in, I can understand it.
I'm just asking him to make the shots that he takes.
Fair.
Win or lose, I'm just saying make the shots that you're taking. Don't shoot 22% from 3. I don't think that's a crazy ask of me. I don't think that's a crazy. When you have Christian Brown ISO'd on you, score on him. I don't think that's a crazy ask of me at all. And if you're supposedly that good, you should be able to do those things. But hey, I mean, what is KD shooting? Oh, he's shooting 46% from the field and 22% from behind the arc. But that's, hey.
All right, moving along. I got some super chats to get into, and I have a super chat specifically for Low and Mars. We'll get to that in a second. Ruger Red said Ticket needs to be back in ASAP.
I don't even know what happened.
You want him? You got him. Mars or long story. We don't got time.
It's not a very long story. It's not, but we don't have time.
Dorian Clayton said, "Happy to see they let you out, Mars."
They realized they got the wrong guy, man.
Mars, you good, man. Got you out of there, bro.
Almost.
But Mars, I ain't gonna lie. You cannot talk to media though. You have to just, you feel me? This is all you can do.
Listen to your representation.
You cannot talk. Don't the Discord press conference. You cannot talk to them. You cannot talk to them.
Yeah,
can't put your
everyone in Discord.
You gotta chill.
I gotta take a hiatus.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, exactly. You gotta chill.
Listen to your representation, Mars.
Just chill.
Chill out, yo.
Yeah, right. Be good.
Walker said it wasn't an elbow; it was the forearm.
What difference did it make? He got swung. He got hit in the face, in the temple. Whether he got bowled in the face or he got a forearm to the face. Just so you know, Looney is 6'10". You get hit in the face like that, and you don't know what's coming. It's gonna have an effect on you.
Let a big man hit one of y'all in the face sometimes. Unexpected, please. Like I'm so sick of seeing people talk about it. And J. Rob, you said it earlier too, and it triggered me a little bit about it.
Why?
It wasn't that bad of a hit. How do y'all know? Let me hit y'all on the side. Listen, I'm an avid UFC watcher. I have seen some of the most lightest looking hits connect and shut someone's lights out.
It's about where they hit more than.
No, I'm not trying to say. I shouldn't have said it was little ass.
Hit, but speaking of the devil,
but hold on, Damo. Respond to Damo real quick. I ain't mean to trigger you, Damo, but you know what? Everybody wanted that hit to be the knockout punch, and he can't play, and this, that, and the third. If you peep everybody's reaction, I would say it's little hit in terms of it's not going to be a big deal. And I'm gonna keep it gangster with you, Damo. I played football at a very high level. I've been cracked in my head before. I done seen the little stars, but nobody was putting me on a wheelchair, okay? I'm gonna walk back to that sideline. I did not like the wheelchair.
Football culture, though, but and that's one thing about football culture.
You don't know nothing about football. The helmet don't matter.
I'm gonna say, but that's
why you guys have so many.
But I'm gonna say that. But that is the reason why. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the reason why.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Megatron. That's the reason why Megatron quit at 30 because he wants to be 42 years old and leave his house, and in an hour he knows where he lives.
That's why.
That's why he quit.
I just want to say.
I mean, that's why I quit. That's why I quit early.
Right. You quit. The reason why you quit is because at 45 years old you don't want to be on painkillers and you don't want to put a bullet through your head.
Exactly. But the NBA concussion protocol does say if they're wobbly, that it's recommended that they put them in a wheelchair. It does say that. So it may or may not have been by his own choice. And they're like, hey, he's a big dude. He's wobbly. It says recommended. So they gave him a wheelchair. Does it look worse? Does it look soft by some people's standards that he's in a wheelchair? Yes. But that they are following protocol as they should. We've seen too many guys like you, J-Rob, with CTE that are going to go off on some shooting tangent. We need to make sure we protect our athletes.
That's true.
I'm just trying to say,
he's got a whole CTE boys. Like you got to be careful of those guys.
But Bama CTE is way further off than my CTE. My CTE is still, you feel me,
while we're waiting for Dale to situate himself, I just want to read one more pertaining to this topic.
Am I good?
Yeah, you ready, Dale?
I'm situated. I'm hold on. Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, go ahead. You got the floor.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, all right.
I'm here for low.
What was that? What was that super chat you just had up?
Oh, I was gonna read that for you, Chill. The super chat says, Chill, come on now. He did not get bowled. That was a straight forearm. Shaking my head.
Can you?
I'm here for
once again. We just got finished talking about this. Just so you guys know, and you guys talked about UFC. Bruce Lee was 150 pounds and 5'4". He'll put your lights out with a forearm to the temple. Straight put your lights out. 100%.
And no one is trying to excuse AD's performance. No one's trying to cape for AD. All I'm saying is, if you get hit in the temple unexpectedly by a big guy, by a big man, and you say you're dizzy, I'm not understanding the whole people laughing and making jokes and people calling him freaking Terry Cloth when he's literally been Iron Man all season. He's been playing hurt damn near since game one, it feels like. So, but he's Terry Cloth because when he gets hit in the head and there's an actual protocol for concussions. Oh, because man. Y'all been waiting so long. Y'all been waiting so long for AD to get hurt that y'all took the first opportunity of him not playing and just ran with it so hard. And it's stupid.
It's because of his history. That's why they wouldn't be doing this for anybody else. If Julius Randle got hit in the head and he was dizzy and went out in a wheelchair, nobody would be like, yo, Julius Randle is soft. Nobody would say that.
I would have still hated the wheelchair no matter what.
That's fair.
I just hate the wheelchair. I personally just hate the wheelchair. That's it. I hate the wheelchair.
That's fair. I give it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce got carried up.
You had the doo-doo.
he can walk himself to the toilet.
But see, that's the difference. My boy Lamar Jackson. My boy Lamar Jackson just duck walked to the locker room.
I have to talk to my friend, my good guy Low, who's on this new thing that I have to.
Is it new? Is it new, or is it kind of just been who Kevin Durant has been for a while now?
It's kind of new for you. Well, not new. So it's okay. So let me tailor this first. There's a regular season low Kevin Durant, and then there's a playoff low Kevin Durant.
There's a regular season Kevin Durant. There's a playoff Kevin Durant. I mean, I have to respond.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So what do you consider that he has been?
Y'all gotta see his actual brother, bro. Like this is killing me.
My definition of Kevin Durant outside of the Warriors, because the Warriors are a very unique circumstance.
Pause that right there. Pause that. So, what is your definition of Devin Booker right now?
For playoffs?
Yes.
I think he's a pretty good player in the playoffs. I think this year's an anomaly. Like this is an outlier. I wouldn't categorize this postseason run as one.
If Kevin Durant leaves Devin Booker, right? Say he plays like this for the next 2 years, right? D Book, right? Plays out he's playing now, and then KD leaves him. Would you count these 2 years for him, or you wouldn't?
No, I would still probably not use these only 2 years as a
be consistent. All right, go ahead. Thank you.
When it comes to KD, like this is like, and again, this series is a bit of even a low series for him, but the constant dropping in the postseason is like a very common thing. And it's not, when I say dropping, I'm not just talking about he drops 1 or 2 percentage. We're talking about a significant amount of percentage. And the identity of who Kevin Durant is as a player is hyper involved in his scoring ability, as well as his ability to be hyper efficient in the process as well. If he's not as efficient as he once was, there's not enough things that he does on the floor that he does at an elite level and an all-time level as a league high level to justify putting him in conversations that I just don't believe he belongs in, especially in the postseason.
Okay, yes. So this, I don't. Of course, I don't agree. First and foremost, last game I didn't see it at all. I had a long night the night before. Had 3 hours of sleep. I went to sleep at 8. Woke up, seeing the score, seeing the chat, seeing y'all talking crazy, whatever. Went and just looked at the box score. I did see one thing you said. He wasn't playing defense last night. He was getting backdoored. But other than that, which is not playing defense, I think Kevin Durant has been playing solid defense this whole playoff run. Very, very, very strong defense this whole playoff run. Has his shot, mostly from 3, has been atrocious. Atrocious, yes. But like I said, you view games like you go a day by day. If Kevin Durant have the 2 best games of his life coming up and they win, your narrative would start to change for him as a player, and that's what I don't understand. Because, like you know, Kevin Durant is a good player. You just don't think he belongs in what conversations with who. That's my biggest thing.
Top 5, top 7. I think he's between top 5 to top 5th to 7. I don't think he's any higher.
Who's the 4 you have over him?
I think that Curry,
if you say Giannis, I'm not. If you say Giannis, I'm not continuing this conversation based on how you're defining him. I can't continue the conversation.
Giannis provides other things outside of just scoring to make up for whatever he likes.
What do he provide?
Defense, rebounding, rim pressure. Those are all things he provides way better than Kevin Durant. Way better than Kevin Durant.
I've never think I hate Giannis as a defensive player. Always. Like,
is he a better defender than Kevin Durant?
He's a better shot blocker than KD. That's it.
So he's a better defender than Kevin Durant.
No, not because I think Kevin Durant play on the ball defense better than Giannis. I do.
You think that Kevin is Giannis a better defender than Kevin Durant? Yes or no?
No. Clip it.
What are you basing that on?
Giannis's on-ball defense isn't good.
I have on-ball defense higher than I have protecting the rim. I do.
So you think that KD is a better on-ball defender than Giannis?
100%. 100%. 100%. It's no wow.
I'm not gonna go that far. I've seen Kevin Durant.
I don't think anybody's gonna go that far.
I've seen
Giannis guard on ball. Seriously,
Giannis has a defensive player of the year.
I'm not saying that Giannis is a great.
I don't think he should as well.
I'm not saying that Giannis is a great. I'm not saying that Giannis is a great on-ball defender. I'm not saying that at all. Even if you want to argue that they're relatively close, every other aspect of defense, Giannis does so much better than Kevin Durant that would thus by default make him a better defender.
Not to mention, I'm sorry, this conversation is between y'all two. I'm sorry to jump in on it.
He's a superior rebounder. So if you consider defensive rebounds a close thing, I'll give you that one.
About rim protection, help defense, passing lanes. Those are all things that he does way better than Kevin Durant.
Dale, when you watch Giannis, did I miss something?
I'm sorry, Chill. Go ahead.
So Dale, when you watch Giannis as a defender. So for example, Giannis being in a pick and roll where he gets switched. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, he's getting switched and he gets beat. His ability to recover is way better than Kevin Durant's ability to recover.
You see, this is
not only his ability to recover. We're talking about a guy in Giannis who just as big as KD, but his length, he uses it a lot better than Kevin Durant.
Rebound, I need y'all to tell me the stats of how superior it is because I don't see it. I swear to God, I do not see it. This defense style worth y'all see from Giannis, I swear to you, I don't see it. In the last 2 weeks, the only big man that I could see that really is Anthony Davis. And I've always said that about AD. Right. The only big that I see has been dominant in the game defensively that I've seen in the last 10 to 15 years has been AD. I've never seen this control of defense from a big man in years in the NBA. In years from no one. So the Giannis thing, y'all see, I have never, ever seen it. Ever.
How is that? I'm surprised. I'm surprised because I watch Giannis as a defender.
My eyes is blinded by it. Show me the stats that shows this. His passing lane figures, please. Show me, please. Because y'all be saying words that me as a basketball player, I don't see. I swear to you, I do not ever see.
No, you don't see Giannis when he gets on a pick and roll where he uses his length.
Yeah, one steal. Sometimes
you keep saying one steal. You keep saying one steal. We're talking about. We're also
now he said he's just out of worldly, just better. He's just better. Show me the way y'all can say some scores. You know, when you compare Joker and Giannis to offense, you have percentage and numbers. Joker's a better offense player. You have all that. So for this defense thing, y'all show me. Other than the media pushing it so fucking much, show me where Giannis is. Show me the clips.
So you want to see the data. So you basically
defensive data. Yes, please show me. Please, someone, please.
Wow.
Please show me.
If you want the data,
don't bring up he as a defensive player of the year because
no. If I'm not mistaken,
Smart last year and now he can't play defense. Giannis is such a defense. He come on, don't do that.
Well, Giannis didn't even make an all defensive team either. But if I'm not mistaken, I was 100% sure. Martin may have to correct me. I think outside of Triple J, Brook Lopez, Mobley, and maybe Claxton. I think Giannis was at the.
Show me these numbers.
He's trying to do it to you right now.
I'm trying to explain. I think Giannis had the lowest percentage at the rim when he was protecting the basket amongst like anybody who was defending like four or five shots.
Because I'm gonna have to say this thing as you said. Do you know what they consider that as? Do you know if Giannis is just standing there, they give that percentage to him? Literally,
they would do that to everyone though, Del.
Yeah, but.
Which means that KD, they would do that for him too.
Yeah, they would do that for everyone would get considered in that. Everyone would have those possessions also counted for them.
So if they do that for KD, then KD stats would look like that as well. But they don't.
You're looking at it. His stats will look. I'm looking at.
You just said
I'm looking at it as placement.
No, see, Dale, that doesn't work. You're asking him to bring data. He's bringing data, and now you're turning this into where he is on the floor. Which one is it, Dale? You want the data or not?
I want to see Giannis punching shit. Like with AD, even if these stats don't match up, I'm watching the game and I'm like, yo, these dudes cannot do nothing. I've never got that from Giannis, ever.
You want to see Giannis punching it? Giannis is one of the better rim protectors in the game. Are you serious right now? You want to see Giannis punching it, right?
I want to see how y'all talk about Giannis on defense. I've never seen. That's all I'm saying. You know how
you haven't been watching him then. You clearly haven't been watching him, Dale. You have not been. If you're saying that you haven't seen him as a defender, his ability,
the Giannis thing, I've been keyed into Giannis because
no, you haven't. You have not, Dale. No, you haven't.
You know why I haven't? Because since that day, he was first team defense. He hasn't made. I've been watching, so I haven't been seeing it. So the fans who are voting defense now probably seeing it too. Like, oh, he doesn't play defense anymore. I guess whatever.
This year, I don't think he should have made. I was fine with him not making our defensive team this year.
But that's not the point. Let's get back on Giannis's ability to defend better than Kevin Durant. Let's talk about that.
I'm about to say, let's be clear. The bar that Giannis. The bar that he has to overcome for Kevin Durant is not a steep bar. I don't think Kevin Durant is an elite level defender. So
that's not what I agree with you. I agree with you. All I'm saying, the only reason I'm like this is because you said he's like by far to your liking. And when you say by far, I want to see how. Like, look, we've been 2 to 3 years. Everybody always asks me who's the. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that just doesn't work because if I give you the numbers to his field goal percentage, then you're going to tell me I still don't see it with my eyes. So it's almost like it's either this or that. And when you give him that, then well, wait a minute, can show me the data? Well, it can't be both ways. So he's one of those. He's one of those guys when you're dealing with Kevin Durant. I mean, we this is what we're doing. We're going in circles. So,
but the eye test thing doesn't make any sense to me either because again with KD, we have the eye test, but then when we actually get to when we get to the result of what the eye test produces in the postseason, it's just not consistent of what the eye test says. So that's my problem with the whole eye test. You tell me, what are you seeing from Kevin Durant right now? Because it's not this worldly all-time great score that Dale makes him out to be to put him in conversations that he claims that he's in. He's getting defended by Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Not saying that Aaron Gordon is a bad defender, but he's not such an elite defender to where you should be struggling to score against him. Even in isolation, he's not scoring correctly. It's not like like Kevin Durant gets double teamed every single time he sees looks, but even if he did, so what? Steph Curry gets double teamed almost every single time. Harden was getting double teamed in game 1. Kobe got double teamed. Jordan got double teamed. If you're an all-time great scorer, you're going to get double teamed. So if you get double teamed, you should still be able to score. So you asked me about the eye test. I'm going to get the defensive numbers, but if you tell me about the eye test, I'm still trying to figure out what Kevin Durant, because when the postseason comes, the translation is not there. It's not.
Could you also get me KD's all-time playoff numbers and his regular season number? And could you get that as well?
I've done it several times. I can easily get that for you.
Yeah, please get it. And because I heard I had to just close these doors up. I heard everything you were saying about Harden and all this stuff, and whoever you bring up as great scorers,
right?
Getting doubled, right? So I don't bring up the double. I don't bring up none of that. He's just playing bad. Like, I think he's playing like game. I saw the box score. I didn't see the game. For him, I always look at his shot attempt and his turnovers. So if you go, I think it was 8 for 24 or 10 for 24 last game, and 5 turnovers, that's a terrible game. That's not true to me. So, like, what game was that? Game 4, right? Or was it game 4?
I think it was game 3 when he went 10 for 27 or something like that.
No. That game 4, he was 11 or 12 for 19.
11 for 19, right. Yes.
Yeah.
And in game 3,
he was 10 for all that. Right. So to me, he's more of for me personally, he's game 4. I don't think that's a bad game. That's not an anomaly. He's what I think Kevin Durant is.
In this series, it is an anomaly, though.
For you, he's game 4 is an anomaly, but when you do his total, I don't think he's the player you say he is. So terrible in the playoffs. I don't see it. Oh, and when you do I want you to take out the Golden State years, because you said that don't count. If you can.
I've not done it as well. If you you believe that Kevin Durant scoring 36 points on 58% shooting and 50% from the field and 92% from the free throw line, you think that's Kevin Durant? You think that's a normal version of KD?
I think Kevin Durant is a 53% field goal shooter, a 38 to 39 3-point shooter. And I'm not going to bring up the free throw because
I think he is 90, so that's fine.
Yeah. But I think he's 52 to 53 and a 38 to 39 3-point shooter. I think that's who he is. Me personally.
So he's almost a 50 40 90 guy in the playoffs.
Even in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's who he should be. Yes, that's what I think.
Not what he should be. Not what he should be. Is that who he is?
I don't know his playoff numbers. So
all right. Mark, before you go, Mars, and when he was in OKC, it was 45, 33, 85. That's what he was in the playoffs.
Right. You can't come in here.
And that was super sharp KD.
That's OKC. That's
super sharp. That's MV. That's league MVP. Super duper athletic KD.
And Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn, he was 48, 39, 87.
Okay.
And so far this year, he's 48, 33, 91. And I want to be clear, the one in Brooklyn, part of it is in a series in which he's playing with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. In a normal scenario, when he's on a normal team, he doesn't have another all-time great scorer as well as a really great passer and playmaker alongside him. When he was in the Celtics series,
no, I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm not because you
can't negate his number based on his teammates.
I can. I will do that. Everybody else doesn't have that around them. How many players in NBA history are surrounded with an all-time great passer and playmaker as well as another really? Yeah, I don't. If I want to say what is a litmus test of LeBron, I'm not going to immediately only hang on to what he did in Miami.
I'm not saying Miami. So do you negate him in Cleveland with Kyrie Irving on the court?
Even when Kyrie was off the court in 2018, he still looked great. In 2018, he still looked great. In 2020, he still looked great.
Okay, perfect. So in for Brooklyn, he had Kyrie Irving for 2 games in the playoffs.
No, I'm saying in the first round against the Celtics, when the Celtics weren't even healthy in 2021, that's where a good chunk of his great numbers come from. Then, and to be fair, in the Buck series, that's fine. But in a normal situation where it's him and another star and a supporting cast, like 99% of rest of league history players have, when he's went up against the Celtics, that's how he looks like. And that is much more closer to what Kevin Durant normally looks like.
This is what you're doing. Every championship team or championship contender Like you take out Kawhi Toronto, you take out Dirk in Dallas. When they win the chip, they have an all-time great or a Hall of Famer next to them. So Tim Duncan don't get crucified for Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker being who they became. He does not. Ever. They're Hall of Fame players. Michael Jordan don't get crucified for Scottie Pippen. Kobe gets crucified for Shaq, but he don't get crucified for Pau Gasol.
Dell, how many teams in NBA history had two players to the offensive skill set of James Harden and Kyrie?
You see, now you're going to offensive skills that compare.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, you said all. I'm not saying that because he had an all-time great. Why are you comparing him normally to Vince Carter when you comparing Kevin Durant to Vince Carter going into the playoffs to those normal numbers instead of not the championship contender he's always been upon? Every championship contender he's been with, or that has been historically, had great players next to them. Other than those two teams, who won the chip last year?
Golden State. And you think that Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole are in the same conversation as James Harden and Kyrie?
Listen. Klay Thompson is a Hall of Fame player. Draymond Green is a Hall of Fame player.
What he had nothing to do with offense.
I'm going to explain. Wait, hold on.
He has very little to do with offense.
I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to try to attack that because you think no matter how bad Klay Thompson is shooting, no matter how many shots Draymond Green is not shooting, how gracious Stephen Curry is playing, Klay Thompson is still helping Steph Curry get
I'm not denying that.
So what are you saying to me then?
Did he have the offensive help to the degree of Kyrie Irving and James Harden?
Listen, are we talking about the offensive help or are we talking about what the defense has to do?
Would the defense have to defend better if someone like Kyrie Irving and James Harden is on the floor or Draymond Green and Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson?
I think Klay Thompson creates more gravity on the offensive than Kyrie Irving. I think that. I think Klay Thompson would make it easier for Kevin Durant than Kyrie Irving ever did. Ever.
Dale, let me ask the question again. Who would you have a more difficult time defending? James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, or Steph Curry, Klay Thompson?
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, 100%. That is why I universally always have them winning the championship. Because of who? The two light. That is why.
Mars, you had something real quick. I'm sorry, Mars.
Yeah, I have a couple questions. One for Doe, one for Lo. I'm gonna start with asking Doe his question.
Line him up, Mars.
No, I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to argue. I need to make sure I put this out there before I have another 2-day hiatus. So, Doe,
you're not going back in. You're not going back in.
Just in case, I gotta make sure I give the prerequisite. So, Doe, you said you believe KD isn't what he was in game when he shot 10 for 24 and 5 turnovers, whatever. But you think he's more like he was when he was 11 for 19. So my question is, how many games like the 10 for 24 night would KD need to have in the playoffs before you think that's what he is?
And I wanted to start this whole tangent by, he could go 0 for 20 and my opinion of him as a basketball player won't change. Like,
see what I'm talking about?
How many times would he have to go 0 for 20 before you think, okay, maybe
Could I finish though? It's because all of the work I've seen him put in. This is Kevin Durant, 16 years in the league, maybe, I think, right? At what stage of do you guys like you guys are still writing his story?
Right.
As a basketball player, it's already written for me. It's a lot of players like that, like Steph. Like Lo, I seen after Steph had 50, you tweeted something about we got to start talking about Steph in top 7, something like that. Or top 6 or 7, or as a top 10 player. One of those stuff you tweeted.
Top 7. Yeah.
It was top 7, right? Yeah. So the fact of that, right? You tweet that after that game. Right now, you probably don't feel like that because of the series he's probably having against the Lakers now. I don't view stuff like that.
I still think we had those conversations.
Okay.
Dale, your logic is that you already got your mind made up about KD. It doesn't matter what else.
Correct.
You already got your mind made up about him.
People started talking about after Steph 50, the greatest point guard ever. I've been saying Steph is better than Magic since I got on this show. And that's a fact. Y'all know these things. I've been saying those things.
Focus tone. Focus tone.
No way. No way.
I've been saying those things.
Sorry, I can't believe we're spending so much time on a mid-level player.
Mid-level exception.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Mid-level exceptions.
You know what's crazy? Was flawed in the system of how y'all view things. The mid-level player, all he have to do is have 2 good games, and then now he's not a mid-level player. That makes no sense to me.
Mars, what is the?
I do have another question for Del, but I want to ask Lo. Do you see how you say with KD, the Golden State Warriors years are anomalies? Do you do the same thing with Steph in terms of you take out those years for him when you?
Yes, I don't really use those either. Like I think that Steph, especially his 3-point shooting, it doesn't translate as often as it probably should in the postseason in contrast to what he normally does.
So if you're taking them 3 years out, so if you're taking those 3 years out and you're just basically you're going on a sample size of, I think he's in year 14.
2013 to 2016, and then
you're going to take those years
half
out.
of 2019 up until now.
Okay, so 2013 to 2016, so that's 3 years, and then 2019, and then 2019 until now. So that's a 7-year sample size, and if they win the NBA championship, that catapults him into the conversation of top 7 all time.
Well, I already have him in my top 10, so it's not that much catapulting for me.
That's pretty impressive. All right,
Fluent. Are you amused, or are you ready to move on to the next topic?
I would love to move on. I would love to move on.
All right, no doubt.
Because it's so funny because it's the same conversation. It's the same conversation. KD hasn't lived up to the expectations. All he really does is score at an elite level, very efficient, doesn't really play as elite defense as, whatever, doesn't bring anything really to the table. And then Dell says, but I've seen him play, and what I think of him based on him practicing is this. And I'm not changing my mind no matter what. He could go 0 for 20 for 100 games. I still think this. So it's the same conversation about KD every time. It's the same conversation.
That's not what I'm saying. Because
you actually said that quote.
I said the 0 for 20 part 100%. But you're saying I don't agree with y'all ever when y'all say he doesn't bring anything else to the table. I don't agree with that.
No,
let me. I didn't say you said that. I said that's the other side.
You guys are saying.
I want to be clear. He provides other things, but not at the same level as the other players that have ahead of him.
Do you keep the same energy for Magic Johnson?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Outside
of playmaking, what does he bring out?
I think Magic Johnson by far is way better rim pressure. He has way better pace of the game in totality. I think as he continues to progress, he is way better. Not better. He improved as a post player as well. There's other things that he improved in.
What about KD's off ball game, his floor spacing ability, the fact that he can protect the rim? What about all those things as well that KD?
I don't think to protect the rim, he's improved in that. I will give him that. I think from 2016. Up until 2021 defensively, without a doubt, Kevin Durant improved defensively. But I think that's what is that? A 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4 year.
It's a tainted thing. Like it's.
Hold on, wait. I want to wait. Take hold on.
My good friend.
Oh, wait, I want to say right into my trap, Lo. You feel right? Wait, take it. I want to say that.
Hold on, keep going low.
The thing that just bothers me was because somebody said I'm using KD's first year in the playoffs. Even if I remove that first year in the playoffs, and I look at the remainder of his OKC years, shooting splits are 46, 33, 85. My point is that if he gave me the shooting splits that Dale was talking about, then I really and truly wouldn't be having this conversation. But Dale keeps saying, oh, it's 2 games and y'all overreacting. The sample size that I'm referring to is an 85-game sample size. This is not a 2-game sample size I'm referring to.
40, 45 or 46, 33, and 85. Compared to, of course, the regular season. Compared
to what you believe he was. You said that he's like 50.
Right. That's his normal to me. Right.
You can't say it's just normal when he has an 85-game sample size of something different, Del.
My point exactly. So that thing is that's his normal to you. The 85-game sample size. That's his normal to you.
No, which normal? Yes, fine. Yes.
Okay, so with that being your normal, right? Who do you in the playoff? Who do you compare that to?
What in the general sense? I'm just comparing it to other players. In what sense? Who KD is?
Other greats.
I'm comparing it to Ron,
47, 33, and 85. What is that? Is that the 85 game? What is that compared to Kobe? What is that compared to Kobe?
Kobe is, I think, like 45, 30, 32, 33, 87, something like that.
Okay, so that's Kobe. So that's Kobe's playoff. So that's Kobe right there, right? Okay, so what does that compare to Bron playoff?
I know Bron is definitely higher than 46.
Okay, I'm just asking. Right, I'm just asking.
He's definitely higher than 46.
But do you talk about Kobe? Let me ask you a question. Do you talk about Kobe in the sense you talk of KD is?
I think Kobe provides more than what Kevin Durant does. So I'm not going to be hypercritical on the premise of Kevin Durant.
Dell, I see Dell making the face. What the criticism is KD is known as an efficient scorer. So in the playoffs, that efficiency drops, and that's what he's saying.
But his drop is still higher than.
If his drop is Kobe Bryant fucking playoff average, what's the problem?
Because Kobe is an elite level defender and he's not.
The things they bring to the table.
And I dare you to tell me that he's not, in contrast to Kobe. I dare you to say it. I dare you to say it. I dare you to tell me that. I dare you to say that.
Kobe.
I hope y'all don't put Low in jail.
I dare you to say that.
Ask you a question though, on some God honest true sense. How many playoff series, right? I know Kobe's an elite defender. Let me get that out there.
Okay, I was about to say.
We're talking about playoffs right now, right? Why Kobe's the elite defender? Why are they getting Ron Artest and Trevor Ariza? What were they doing?
No, Dell, you're not doing that. Dell, you are not doing that. There's no way you're doing that. No way you're going to do that.
Also, Trevor Ariza at that point was not an elite defender. Trevor Ariza was not an elite defender.
You're not understanding.
No, Dell, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Also, Trevor Ariza wasn't an elite defender. Trevor Ariza was an elite defender.
No, Kobe Bryant is by far a better defender than Kevin Durant, right?
Okay.
So you're not gonna say
I was getting nervous.
We've already established that. That's not even a question. We've already established
I was ready to clip that one.
He's by far, but what I am saying, you talking about he provides more. We're not going by regular season. In the playoff, Kobe Bryant was never looked at to, like you guys are saying, to be the lockdown defender.
All right, okay. Hey, Ron, let's go. Hey, Ron, come on, man, let's go. All right, Ron, come on, man, let's go. Let's go, man. Okay.
I think it depends on the years you're looking at. I think with Shaq,
if you want to say, I'm going to say early in his year, without a doubt, up until 2010, he was, because Ron Artest was not an elite defender in 08 and 09.
Okay, in 2010, was Kobe Bryant guarding?
Who was their perimeter defender?
I agree.
When they went to the NBA Finals in 2009, right?
Who was
when they went to the NBA Finals in 2009? Who was the perimeter defender on the Lakers?
In 2009?
When they beat Orlando. Who was their best perimeter defender?
I think it was I think it was Kobe Bryant, but Trevor Ariza was assigned most of the wing players.
Which wing players?
Whoever Orlando had, Trevor Ariza had the main guys. I think Kobe Bryant honestly was maybe probably chasing J.J. Redick. I can't fully remember, but that's my point. Lo, you said something from 2000 to 2003, which I agree, Mars. When Shaq was there, Kobe was definitely doing more on the defensive side. But like we just said, Lo started this tangent in saying that when he's compared to all the other greats, normal players, Kobe has Shaq at that time. I can't bring up Kevin Durant playing defense when he has Stephen Curry. Kobe had Shaq.
I think you can bring that up.
I'm not saying you can bring it up. The Warriors were a great defensive system. What are we talking about?
And wait, I'm sorry.
But the Warriors might have
been they were a bad defensive.
In 2008, fine. In 2008, who was the better? Who was the assigned?
No. Listen, Kobe was the better perimeter defender.
Who was in 2008? Who was assigned? Because in 2008 and 9, Ariza was not.
It should be.
Ariza was not really that great of a defender at that stage of his career. But in 08, who was it? Who was assigned these assignments?
Who was the roster? I don't know. Probably Kobe Bryant. Okay.
So
Kobe, 1 year.
I know. I think he's been doing it for way longer. I think 2010 was really the first year where he wasn't doing it.
No, but no. Ron Artest got there for that, and then
in 2010, yes,
that's what I'm saying. And the year followed, he got Matt Barnes. But I get what you're saying.
Moving forward,
you got 1 year from you got 08.
No, I think 09, 08, 07, 06. I think he was doing it for way longer than that.
09, it was Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza was guarding Carmelo Anthony. Yes, he was.
Carmelo told you that he was roughing up Kobe Bryant. He said him and Kobe Bryant.
The other way. He's going the other way.
No. He told you that him and Kobe Bryant was covering him, and he was bumping Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was pushing him back, so he was on him.
Kobe never got on these guys once. I'm not.
He's saying from the
primarily.
And you guys, come on now. We know that.
All right, so I remember
we gotta
Kobe
move
guarding
on.
Rondo in 08.
Well, got a crazy
No, in
infatuation.
2010. I don't think it's 08.
I think it was 08 game 2. I think Phil Jackson switched Kobe onto Rondo. It might be 2010. I might be wrong.
I think it's 2010.
In fact, he requested that.
It was one of the years against the Celtics because they put Kobe on Rondo so that he could help off of him.
In fact, he requested that. I'm going to cover him. He said that.
All right, y'all. We absolutely got to move on. We can't talk about KD any longer, but I do have a super chat for you, Dale. Since you requested it and nobody was really able to give it to you, Drink More Water, none other than Drink More Water, chimed in with a super chat. He said some Giannis defense stats for Dale since he doesn't look. Giannis allowed the lowest field goal percentage at the rim. Allowed the lowest field goal percentage overall. 0.76 points per possession when defending the pick and roll. Right. And 0.82 points per possession when defending the pick and roll ball handler.
That doesn't sound right either.
Is that your burner, stat mark?
No, that's Drink More. He's
none of those. Those
do not sound.
My man, that was straight hatred that they left Giannis off those defensive teams, bro. That was hate, bro. That was straight hate.
Make a defensive team. That's kind of tough.
That's hate, bro.
Who should he have made it over?
He's gonna say Draymond.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Ticket's gonna say Draymond.
Yeah, those stats didn't sound right, but
hey, low, man. I'm happy to see you, man.
Jeez. Hey.
Good to see you, brother.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, man, I just want to get your take on James Harden, man.
I think he's doing fine.
Okay, and what's your thoughts on AD last night?
I think he was really aggressive early on. I think they should have continued to go at him. I think they have to figure out a way to get AD from defending the perimeter because they're playing into the hands of the Warriors.
And nothing about the wheelchair. You cool with that?
I think that's protocol if they believe you have a concussion to put you in a wheelchair.
Okay, no problem.
All right,
it's
fellas.
the problem AD left with on a wheelchair to people.
If it's protocol for him to do that, then I don't know why I would have a problem with that.
Because people have been waiting. People have been waiting to slander AD. That's all it is. They've been waiting to say something about him missing time or do anything when it comes to the injury.
Honestly,
we've been saying something about it. We ain't been waiting now. We've been saying something.
Yeah, I've been lying. Yeah, I've been talking right
now. Super chat.
What you got,
fellas? Before I get into these super chats, I put up a poll and I asked you guys, who should we take from the good fellas over at Underdog?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Euro, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you talking about?
Well,
Euro. Euro.
Earth to Euro. You in the building?
Oh, Euro, man.
Anyhow.
That's why he's still in suspension behind the camera.
There he is. There he
is.
Right,
cool. All right, you guys asked for I asked you guys for an over and under for Kevin Durant. Ironically, if he's gonna score 31 or more tonight, higher or lower. You guys said higher. So the contest we're gonna choose is gonna start with Kevin Durant going higher. Then we went to Nikola Jokic, higher or lower assist. It's at 9.5. You guys said higher.
Oh my God!
So we're gonna go higher. Then we went to Joel Embiid. Points, rebounds, and assists. And what was it? 44.5. Once again, you guys said higher. Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna do is we'll do a minimal 20 right now for 120 payout. Euro, go ahead and click that insurance because I don't quite know if, based on what everybody's telling me, what Lowe's saying, I don't know if Kevin Durant's going to perform tonight. So I don't know. I think Jokic might have to score more tonight. I don't know. But this is what we're going to do. Euro, you can go ahead and submit that. Euro, make sure you use the the panel promo code. And everybody else that is watching, please use that panel promo code. We'll tap back into this tomorrow. But what I do want to do is ask you guys of these, what are these wagers that I just put out here? Is this what it's going to take for these guys to win? Dale, does KD have to score over 31 tonight for them to win?
No, he doesn't have to score over 31. I think he just got to be efficient.
Yeah, he don't, because he got his daddy Devin Booker to carry him to score 50. So as long as he scores around 25, he'd be all right. That's 75 points.
That's a fact. Word.
I don't know what to do with Ticket, y'all. I swear. 1 minute I want to choke this dude to death, and then the next minute I'm like, yo, this dude is necessary.
Man, chill, Tanner. You know how I am, man.
I do.
I'm coming one way, baby. You feel me?
I know it. That's why I love you, Ticket, for that reason right there.
Hey, Ticket, vice versa. Does Jokic need to get over 9.5 assists or higher than 9.5 assists for the Nuggets to have a chance to win tonight?
Yeah, he gotta have a high assist night. If Jokic has a high assist night, that means they're gonna win. That means more guys getting involved, more guys doing damage, more guys cutting backdoor. When Jokic have high assists, they normally do win. I had to agree with Lowe on that. Lowe said something about Jokic, and I really started paying attention to Jokic and his effect on other guys. His passing brings energy to that team. I do have to admit that. So guys backdoor cutting when Jokic is getting those good assists. Now sometimes Jokic will throw bad passes, or he'll throw passes and guys won't be where they're supposed to be, or he won't put it on target. So, but when he's on, Denver's a hard team to beat, man. It's like it's like a quarterback picking apart a defense out there when he's passing the ball. Guys getting backdoor cuts, easy layups, things like that, man. I think that they have to do that tonight. They can't be in a Jamal Murray one-on-one shootout or him trying to score 50 against this team. You got to beat KD and them surgical as a team tonight, as everybody picking them apart. The role players, Bruce Brown, all those guys getting involved. So yeah, higher chances.
So y'all know what time it is. We're at that point where obviously the Suns are playing the Nuggets tonight. Now I need to know who's gonna win, why they're gonna win, how they're gonna win, all of that good stuff. Dale, I'm gonna just go ahead and start with you.
Suns in 7.
So they win tonight.
Of course.
Well, they have to.
Suns in 7, Warriors in 7.
By a sizable margin, or
doesn't matter. You get the W. It could be 101 to 99.
What is Kevin Durant gonna do today? The 50, 40, the 50, 38. What is he gonna do?
He's gonna win the game. That's what.
What is his
shooting? They'll said he doesn't have to score 31 or over 31 for them.
Yeah, he doesn't have to score 30. I got 28, 7, and 6.
What is the shooting?
Those numbers. 22 shots.
Shooting.
Well, if he's taking 22 shots, because I think he'll be more efficient tonight. I think he gets 30. So if he's taking 22 shots tonight, I think he has an efficient night. I'll say that low. I think he has an efficient night. I'll give you 50, 38, 91, 92 from free throw.
Free or 7 from free. Nice. Free or 7.
Damo, can you fill us in on your predictions for the night?
Oh yeah, Denver's wrapping this up tonight, man. They got the best player in the series. Kevin Durant's about to show you why he's the number 2. Devin Booker's about to go out swinging by himself. The Nuggets, I feel like they're going to get a productive day from one of their bench players. I don't think it's going to be Bruce Brown give you 25 again, but hey, maybe it's Charlie Brown this game. I don't know. But somebody's going to give you something that the Suns bench just isn't going to give you. They're just not deep enough consistently for me. Yeah, I'm rocking with Denver.
Let me ask you, why is the Denver bench consistently enough for you? You said
because they have Jokic. They have a guy like Jokic to maximize them.
He's a starter. He's a starter. I'm talking about the bench.
Do the bench players not play with starters?
So why?
In Denver, not really.
In Denver,
it's Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon.
Mike Malone loves to cook up those on-off numbers out there.
With Denver, I'm like,
Denver bench more consistent to you. Don't say because of Jokic, because then you could say because of Devin Booker.
Well, then since the Kevin Durant trade, the Denver bench has been better than the Suns bench.
We're not talking about this series. Phoenix had 2 games they won because the bench played better. The Nuggets has 3 games they won because their bench played better, and all was home games, surprisingly. So based on that, it should be back to the Suns bench probably being better tonight, or no? But tonight is the day that they catapults them. Correct. Or you're going back
tonight? Is it a different night or is it
Suns
at home? Oh yeah,
No,
they're breaking the cycle.
Phoenix. It's in Phoenix.
It's in Phoenix. Yeah, they're breaking the cycle. And their bench is going to play bad, and Denver's bench is going to play better.
I got you.
Fluent, talk to us about how you feel about tonight.
Well, I told you already. The Suns are the one team that are going to force a Game 7. So Suns win tonight, and it's because Kevin Durant does his duty as a number 2 and builds up and makes it easier for his number 1, Devin Booker. Best number 2 in the history of basketball.
Got you. Yo, Ticket.
I'll take that.
Ticket. What's happening tonight? Why is it happening? How's it happening?
And to be honest with you, man,
yo, Ticket.
just want to call, man.
You going
Ticket,
in and out?
Say that again. You in and out.
Yeah, you can't hear you.
I think KD has to be efficient. My bad. I think KD has to be tonight to win this game. I think it's all on KD, bro. Depends on what is his approach to the game, how he plays tonight is what's going to happen. If KD shows up and is very efficient and has an excellent game, they'll win. If KD's inefficient like he's been, they'll lose. And that's where they at with it right now. Him and Devin Booker got to go on the run like Kobe and Shaq, and they got to be highly efficient at home. And like, oh, it's over with, bro. It's over with.
Got you. Chill Town. What's happening tonight?
I think that Denver ends this thing tonight. I think that they play so well off Joker. I think they're going to continue to do that. I think Joker's going to have a high assist total tonight and a high rebound total tonight, and that's going to be the difference in the game. I think they handle Phoenix. Phoenix is done tonight.
Low.
Okay, let me give a breakdown. I think that the problem with the Suns that I have is that there's actual a game plan to beat the Nuggets. They just go away from it, which is another thing that I'm hypercritical of Kevin Durant about, which is just involve Jokic in high pick and roll and then kind of manipulate the defense in that manner. Because what the Nuggets are doing is that they're switching everything and trying to rotate over and leave the corner shooter open. From there, you can kind of do a skip pass, get an open look. That's how Shaman went off in game, 3 or 4, whatever that was. But you have to be able to put pressure on the defense. You have to be able to put pressure on Jokic and get him involved in high screen and roll. And they go away from that way too often. And if they're able to do that, they can easily push us to a Game 7, regardless of how hyper efficient D-Book or Kevin Durant are, because I think they can still be able to get some quality looks from everyone else. But if they don't do that, which sadly enough, they haven't done that enough for me to be convinced that they're going to continue to do it. If they don't do that, they're going to just end up losing this series, sadly. And in particular, Dale saying that Kevin Durant, he thinks he's 50, 38, 90. KD's only done that 32 times in his playoff career, and that's including the Golden State Warrior years, meaning that he does that less than 20% of the time. So that's not Kevin Durant. That's a made-up fiction man that you made in your mind. That's not who KD is in the playoffs.
Okay, so Kobe, so KD, beat Kobe Bryant tonight then. Beat Kobe tonight. Be 45, 33, 87. Be that tonight. That's
not what I said. I said initiate
defensively and elite defensively.
Oh yeah, if you elite defensively, then maybe that'd be different. But what I said was all he has to do is put pressure on the rim by utilizing Jokic and pick and roll action. Which FYI Kobe would do. So yeah, you do need to be Kobe. You'll be able to win.
Brought up his percentage wise. So I'm staying with percentage. Be a Kobe Bryant percentage playoff night tonight.
I just sat there and said I agree. I don't think he has to be hyper efficient tonight. I think he needs to put Jokic in pick and roll action, even if it leads to him not being ultra efficient.
Right now, if you didn't bring up the 50-38, so don't say what you said he should do tonight and end your tangent with 50-38.
Oh no, I just looked it up because I just wanted to see how often that happened.
Well, make it 33 tonight. How about that?
Well, if he shoots 33%, it'll be higher than what he's doing right now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No. Make it 33 times tonight out of the 85. So it's 32 out of 85.
Oh, okay, man. Okay, so you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, Mars.
I have the Suns winning. I agree with what Lowe said. I think I spoke about it a few days ago. I think the reason they go away from it is because their corner shooters just don't make that shot consistently enough. So I think they just go away from it, even though it's clearly there. Damn near every possession they involve Jokic and pick and roll. But I think Phoenix win tonight. The only reason I believe Phoenix win is because I had them before the series. So until I'm wrong, I'm going to pick them until they are out. I'm going to pick them. So I have Phoenix winning, even though 90% of me is telling me Denver's going to win because they're the better team. But Phoenix is going to win because I said so.
I still think, though, even though the corner shooters aren't making, I still think that's a more efficient way to win than KD ISOs on Christian Brown.
Theoretically,
theoretically it should, but the numbers just
and that pick and pop that high pick and pop, that high pick and dive action you talk about with putting Joker in that action. I think Denver does an even better job at that, putting Joker and Jamal Murray in that action, and they get zero rim protection from DeAndre Ayton. So I think that could work even better in their favor.
I don't know what you get from MPJ either. MPJ's been extremely inconsistent.
Completely unfortunate in this series.
I'm thinking about the guys that in the league who run to the long ball line who aren't specialists. And he's at the top of the list. I've never seen a guy who's not a specialist run to the long ball line like
not a specialist.
You don't consider him a specialist?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out, is he a specialist or is he a guy who he wants me to think that he does other things? That's the thing.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I think he's playing into the 3-point shooter. I think he can be so much more than a 3-point shooter.
That's what I'm saying, Mars. Is he trying to sell me?
Yeah.
Is he trying to sell me that he's other things? But every time I'm watching him low, he is making a sprint and a beeline to that long ball line.
No, I understand. I know exactly what you're saying. He's supposed to be a specialist, but he's still hoping that we believe that he's something else rather than that. Which, to be fair, I think he probably is something more than just that. But
if you are that, then I can evaluate you better if I recognize that, okay, this dude is a specialist, as opposed to you being a dribble and drive guy, a dribble and kick guy, or something like that, or a one-on-one player. But if you are just a specialist, I can evaluate you better.
And to be fair to MPJ, this postseason run in general, he has been really good at behind the arc. It's just that this series in particular, it's just an off series for him.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna run down on these super chats. It's about that time. Yusuf said thoughts on AD not making a defensive team, but Curry making all NBA when they play the same amount of games.
That's a really good question.
AD should have been all defense. I mean, Draymond Green made first team last year and he played like 45 games. So I mean, he should have made it. It's pretty obvious he should have made it.
In the 17-18 season, Rudy Gobert won the Defensive Player of the Year. He played 56 games. Anthony Davis played 56 games this season. He should have been on the All-League defensive team, 100%.
It's a beautiful thing what's happening next year because these people would not have made their All-NBA teams or whatever. Jimmy Butler, 64 games. Giannis, 63 games. Dame Lillard, 58 games. Steph Curry, 56 games. LeBron James, 55 games. All five of those guys would be out, or they would have been encouraged to play more games.
But that's the nasty part. No, I don't think it's great. What we're going to see is nasty things happen.
Like what? Like what?
Like what Mikal Bridges did.
What Mikal Bridges did, and what they also did what they did in Milwaukee with Drew Holiday, I think this year and last year, where they just come in, foul out.
So then you know what? They're going to have to put in a minute minimum.
They need to put a minute. Yes, I do agree with that.
Because when guys who play 40 some odd games make all defensive, all NBA, I think it's fraudulent. Like you only played half the season. I don't think that's.
And that's why I look at Scottie Pippen in '98 weird. It's like Scottie Pippen in '98. Scottie in '98. That's not it. That's just not.
And Low and I are on different ends of the spectrum because I was thinking it's nasty because now with guys like LeBron James and Giannis and Damian Lillard, they're going to have to see guys like Jalen Brunson make the All-NBA team. They're going to have to see guys like John Collins, guys like that, make the All-NBA team. They're going to have to see guys like that.
It's a 20-minute minimum, so it only counts as a game played if you played 20 minutes.
Perfect.
Allegedly.
Alex
Caruso still makes it.
Allegedly. I don't know if that's
3 minutes.
All right, y'all. Let's keep it pushing.
Yep.
DJ, with actually another good question.
Shout out to Mr. Fluent for that stat, by the way. Thank you.
What's the difference between what Trey did last year and what SGA did this year to make him get first team and Trey only being third team last year?
I mean,
great question, DJ.
SGA was a substantially better defender than Trey Young last year.
And more efficient as well.
He's also a better scorer than Trey. Trey Young was one of the best playmakers in the game. But I also think the guard position this year, just due to the lack of games, I think it was easier for SGA to make first team this year than it would have been for him to. If he did the same thing last year, I don't know if he makes first team. because they would have given it to still Devin Booker and Luka.
He would not have.
So I think that's the reason.
All right, cool. Moving along. Remember, Morris and Low, remember I told you guys I had a super chat just for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
is it about Jokic?
My man Whale said, thank you, Mars and Low, for slandering Wilt. It made me do research to see. He's a same level scorer as Kareem, plus clears defensively. Top 5 peak in history. Hold on, I got one more. Hold on. Well, also said Bill and Wilt over Magic and Bird. Bird at 11 now. Top 10 peak, but no longevity. Curry will soon pass him. Mid B. Plus, his playmaking doesn't move me when he needs DJ.
Playmaking?
I disagree. I disagree with the Dennis Johnson part. I disagree with the mid defense. I agree that his longevity holds him back. That's why Steph's going to pass him very soon for me as well. I agree with Bill over Magic and Bird. I agree with that. I disagree with Wilt Chamberlain. I don't think he's the same level scorer as Kareem. I do think he clears him defensively. And top 5 peak, I'd have to know what years you consider as peak, because that's kind of iffy to me, in my opinion. But
so when we make, I'm just curious, when you make these all-time lists, do you separate? Hold on, let me figure out how to ask this question. Do you look at their career in totality? Do you separate peak and say peak and longevity as 2 separate things, or do you only look at their peak?
I got 2 lists. I got my best players list, which is solely looking at your peak. How good were you at your best? So if I just compare everyone at their best, who was the best players? That's my best players list. When I do all time, I factor in how good you were at your peak, how good your prime was, and then how long you sustained it for. It's all in one. It's just like an all-in-one.
3 different pieces.
The pieces in it are how long your prime was, how good your prime was, and then how good your peak was. I couldn't give you a percentage on how much I value them all.
No. But
they all go into it. And then when I rank all time, the reason I have Wilt Chamberlain lower, I actually had him like 8. I've moved him down recently because the playoff dropping is
ridiculous.
It's pretty bad. So I've moved him down because of that. But when I factor in everything, that's why I have guys like Magic and Bird lower, because of the longevity aspect. I think if Magic Johnson doesn't have to leave for obvious reasons, I think he gets much higher. But unfortunately, I can't do that because we'll never know. Same thing with MJ. MJ could have an extra two years of longevity, maybe 3 if you include his second year in the league, but he doesn't have it because he was hurt and then he retired. So I have to factor all of that in.
More or less the same answer. Yeah, it just depends on how long you're able to sustain the excellent play. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fellas. We found Lowe's burner account. Big Low reacts. Said Brogdon got stepped on the head by Embiid and still played. I don't want to hear it, bro.
That was Grant Williams, but
I don't know. We lost J-Rob? That looks eerily similar to me and J-Rob's defunct show Blurred Lines, that logo. But anyways.
You know, people react to different ways to get hit in the head. When y'all say these things, it's almost as if like I've never played sports. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
No, but it's also, listen, I wanted to say this earlier. You guys said it a little bit, but it's like where you get hit. Because like literally you can get hit here and you're fine. You just shake it off. You can get 1 millimeter over and you're knocked out completely. It's like, how many times have you hit like your funny bone? And sometimes you hit it and it's like not that bad. Other times you're like, and you're like, dude, it one little movement over to the other side can knock you out or not phase you at all. So I think people judging it for that's crazy.
Rookie in the Violent Hours said, I think Fluent or someone should add a soundbite of Maury or Jerry Springer saying the lie detector determines that was a lie. Just for ticket.
It's coming. I'll get it for you.
Those Giannis numbers were a lie. I just want to be clear. Giannis wasn't the best rim protector. She was Triple J. It was not Giannis.
And the lie detector test determined. Yeah. Sauceman said AD is Terry Cloth, sucker, and you're biased to Harden too. Shaking my head.
Yeah, you guys are biased to James Harden. Man.
I think Harden's playing fine this series. I don't know. Like, is there a problem with the way he's playing?
No, because AD when he's inconsistent is he brings great defense. When James Harden's inconsistent is James Harden doesn't show up in the playoffs, so we don't keep the same energy. He's still passing and playmaking really well. I think that's something that hasn't like really wavered too much this postseason run.
Oh,
I agree. I'm just saying what the talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Key said if Embiid would have curb stomped AD like he did Williams, AD would have left in a stretcher with IVs hooked to his arm. Shaking my head. Church cloths. Davis soft. Upper person 1805 said, question for ticket. In your opinion, who who is not a favorable matchup for Anthony Davis?
You're about to get suspended, Upperson.
I don't know Ticket this year though.
Yeah, that's a rhetorical question anyway. So
the Tribe One said, "Good coaching from Steve. Pulling AD out should have happened earlier, but he got there. AD isn't soft; he's frail. Dude doesn't get punked; his body fails."
Go on.
Are we gonna talk about basketball?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about basketball.
Yeah, Ham has to play more minutes of Vandal, unfortunately, but he hasn't prepared him offensively for that, so that kind of sucks. And yeah, I'm happy that Steve Kerr put the ball in his hands and allowed him to manipulate the defense way more as an on-ball creator.
Taking AD out the paint was like always the obvious solution, and it goes like taking out elite rim protectors away from the rim to get better shots doesn't make the rim protector a bad defender. The same thing happened to Rudy Gobert. The same thing happened to Robert Williams last year. Teams will take the rim protector away from the rim because that's why they know they are great. So all this idea, like no one's going to say AD is getting attacked. He's so good inside that you try to get him away from the rim. That's what teams do. And it's not them just attacking this guy because he's not good. So
it's essentially like walking a power hitter. That doesn't mean he can't hit. You're just walking him.
It's like you force Steph Curry off the 3-point line. It's not because Steph Curry can't finish at the rim, but you don't want him to shoot open free, so you run him off the line. It's like you're just taking away the lesser of two evils. AD is capable on the perimeter, but he's all-time great at the rim. So where would you not want him to be at the rim? So take him away. It's common sense.
And this
doesn't mean he can't defend, though.
Exactly. It's just common sense.
And this is where missing out on players like Caruso and KCP from our 2020 run really hurts us because we should have better screen navigators, and the players we have on the team just aren't that great at screen.
I think a lot of that is due to the fact that you got a bunch of one-dimensional guys that if they're not doing this one thing, they're pretty useless. Prime example would be D'Angelo Russell. If D'Angelo Russell is not making shots, he's pretty useless.
Yeah,
you're not really getting much out of him.
That was a lie. We got it. We got him. You might want to play that pretty soon. Oscar Proud Jr. said Ticket on his Lou Will Malley crossover off the bench today.
That was a lie.
Fire.
I ain't never come off no bench. I'm gonna start everywhere I go, sucker.
Kwabe said Ticket swears the NBA is a soap opera.
It is.
It is.
You seen what AD did the other day? That's soap opera.
Yes, 100%. The NBA
Jay does it 15 said pressure easily on Lakers. Chill. Cut the cap.
No, it is not. It's not.
It is, bro. Hey, hold on. Low. Is the pressure on the Lakers to win tomorrow at home?
Yeah. Well, they're not.
Thank you. Low, you're a capper.
Who is the who? What 100%?
Why can't pressure just be on both of them?
It is on both of them, though.
Yeah, like, it's not one or the other. Like one's facing elimination if they lose, the other one is facing a game 7 in a hostile environment.
One is facing the elimination of Dynasty.
Yeah, so like pressure can just be on both.
Is the Dynasty low?
Yes, this team looks significantly different if they lose tomorrow night.
Man, that Jordan Poole contract,
the same thing in 2019.
That Jordan Poole contract is crazy. But this will be the first time they actually got beat when all three of them healthy. And also, I don't know how much better they can get because of that Jordan Poole contract.
I agree.
Speaking of the Jordan Poole contract, Taquay White said, "Why does Ticket have so much faith on Jordan Poole playing good?" Laughing my ass off, bro. Has been a bum the 75% of the playoffs.
You know he got skills. When you know a guy got skills, like for example, I know James Harden got skills. Sometimes they be like that in basketball, man. Sometimes dudes go through their ups and downs. He just going through his down in the wrong time, but you still have faith in a guy. Look at Darvin Ham, man. Lonnie Walker sat on the bench. He had been ice cold all that time. Put him in that last game, won a game for him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would ever came on here and bet Lonnie Walker would have scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. But that's what happens when you're a professional. You keep going away at it. And he wasn't like Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole was playing all this time and started playing trash. He was on the bench. DMP's coach's decisions after he got hurt, came back because they went and got a whole new staff. Whole new roster of players. But he stayed ready. That's being a professional, bro.
Oscar Proud Jr. said Ticket is Poole still that guy.
You'll see the rest of this series. He'll have a blowout game to help him win.
You think he's $28 million though? I think he's fine.
I do think he's that without Steph Curry.
You want to talk about overpaid? You're asking about Jalen Brunson being overpaid. Poole's overpaid.
I'm saying without Steph Curry.
I don't think you'll. Okay, we can keep going. I don't think he's 28.
Without Steph Curry, I don't think anyone wants to watch the Warriors without Steph Curry. So
$28 million is crazy.
I mean, he averaged 26 a game without Steph Curry.
It's still not worth $28 million because he doesn't do enough of everything else.
All right, and they had a winning record. What?
He said that dog on Twitter with the prediction baskets is cooking something.
That's the dog that said the Warriors would come back down 3-1.
Warriors in 7, yeah. They said 3-1.
They also said that the Cavs are going to win. Yeah, they said a bunch of other things, but nobody really care. Yeah, he's been completely wrong.
Keeping your heart low, you know you're nervous about this game tomorrow.
I'm nervous because Klay Thompson is due for a really good
Thank you. And this is the cap that Chilltown was talking, Grilltown was talking. Oh, I ain't worried. Hey, man, you a damn
Klay is due for it. And then I gotta hear Dub saying, told you, game 6 Klay. I gotta hear him say that after that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. As a fan, I really want to see game 6 Klay.
I low-key want to see it too, and
I gotta see it.
I want to see it one more time. I need him to tune that up one.
I just want to see a game 7 in this series. I think it'll be
He hit you with 4 or 5 threes in that first quarter, had one of them 20-something point quarters.
And still lose.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
Donovan Samuel said, welcome back, Mars and Ticket. It's good to have you guys back. Nice. Lakers didn't consistently play their game last night and let the refs get in their heads and settled for too many threes. Got to close them out in game 6.
Yeah, they do have to close them out in game 6. I agree.
Yeah.
Case 50 said, dude is reliant on narratives and myths. Bot, NPC, AI.
I don't rely on this. I told the truth.
I thought you were talking about what's his name, Dell.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Dell, boy.
Oh yeah, maybe.
They'll be making up a character who KD is, man. I just don't get it.
I'm not even gonna respond to that. NBA Lanny said, Mars, if Randall has 35 in game 6 and wins game 7, is he still not a top 40 player? Good question.
What is he playing game 7?
Why would winning?
He said 40 in game 7.
No, he said wins. He said 35 in game 6.
35 in game 6 and just win game 7.
Oh, I thought he said 40 in game 7.
Julius Randle playing well for 4 games doesn't change what I've believed him to be for the last 3 years. Like I'm sorry that you want me to buy into this recency, but I've never done it. I'm not going to change now, especially.
I love that a guy goes like 6 years of being one thing and then has a good game or a good stretch and is like, see, I told you. No, he sucked for 6 years.
Yeah, like why would I change my whole perspective on a player based on 4 games? Like that's ridiculous.
Look what they did to Luka though, Fluent. Luka played well for all these years. He had one bad season, and they don't took him out, bro. You don't even hear nobody talking about he top 5 no more.
He still made All NBA first team.
No, I'm saying
he's like the public.
I start looking like top 5, top 6.
Right.
I never thought he was like top 3 or 4.
You put his better than 23-year-old LeBron. I'm not hearing it from you.
I don't think 23-year-old LeBron this year would be.
I'm not hearing it.
Do you think 23-year-old LeBron?
You change your mind. You change your minds on that.
You don't think 23-year-old LeBron would be top 3 in today's league? Stop it.
Top 3, no. Top 3.
Okay.
You think he's top 5? Do you think he's top 5?
I think Luka's top 5.
2007, 2008, 2008. LeBron James is not a top 3 player in today's game.
Steph, Giannis, and Jokic is top 3. I'm sorry.
Yes.
07, 08 LeBron is not better than.
Giannis. Yeah.
He's sorry to LeBron James. I still think you're really good at basketball.
And maybe Embiid clears.
Embiid's just always hurt, man.
Now, one thing that I will say, I don't want to get to, but the Embiid is. I'm happy he's not playing with Ben Simmons anymore because my goodness, I get to see what he actually looks like.
Hey, Lo, I want to ask you one thing. I asked Fluent and Chill. What do you think about Doc Rivers? He won the chip this year. Don't say nothing, Fluent.
I don't know. Who does he go up against? How does he make alterations? What is his coaching style?
Well, he just beat Boston. Then let's assume Miami. No, I'm saying he beats Boston. Let's assume he plays Spoelstra and beats the Heat, and then goes to the finals and beats either the Warriors or the Lakers.
How does he coach his way there? What does he do?
He wins 4 games. He just wins.
Oh well, that doesn't. I had to figure out if he's actually out coaching or is just Harden and Embiid making some of the toughest.
Are you serious, bro?
How does he coach his way?
Any adjustments? He's not coaching.
I'm gonna say if he's not coaching. Then what are we saying?
Man. I notice y'all don't like to get dudes. No. Y'all sad, bro. Y'all take.
I'm making a take based off of what he does. Like, how does he coach his way there?
Well, no. I'm saying that because hold on. Well, Darvin has been coaching his ass off, and everybody criticizes him.
I think Darvin for the second half of this series has looked way better as a coach. I agree. But there's things I can point to that I can say that.
But you can't point to nothing. So hold on, Chilltown. You and Fluent can't point to nothing that Doc Rivers has done that you see that says, damn, he's doing a good job.
I didn't say that. I just said that the other stuff is you can, but I just see the other stuff is more glaring.
I just think in crucial moments, Doc has gotten outcoached more than he has outcoached.
He went off this year anyway, so who cares?
If there's a way that he
hasn't done a good job in certain. I'm not saying that doesn't mean he hasn't done a good job sometimes. I'm just saying overall, I just think it's more him being the worst coach of the two, more often than not.
Damn.
All right, fellas, let's keep it pushing. Angie Carr said Knicks in 7, J-Rob. Let's go.
No.
How you feel about Thibodeau's coaching?
Oh my God, we have
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Wayne Go Crazy said ticket delusional. Man putting faith in Julius Randle.
He's putting faith in the Knicks. He's putting faith in
get it correct.
It's not faith. It's not faith in Julius Randle. It's faith in
the Knicks.
That's crazy though.
He didn't say
his faith in Thibodeau, man. Yeah.
I agree. His faith in Tibbs.
Keenan B said Spoelstra turning an 11-30 team into a 30-11 team in a single season is still one of the greatest coaching performances I've ever seen in my life.
I remember that. That was pretty impressive.
Interesting.
Tibbs is a good coach.
When did you do that?
When did Spoelstra do that?
Yeah.
Was it not this year?
No.
Yeah, not they went on 11-30.
Not this year.
Yeah.
It was just recently too.
Oh, they were 11. They were 7. They were 7.
What you call it? I believe right. I believe right after. I believe it was after the bubble, because Jimmy Butler was out the lineup.
It wasn't last year because they started.
Is he saying at the first half of the season they were 11-30 and then they finished the season
and they turned it around
this year?
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't this year.
This year they were
wasn't
7-10.
Oh,
wasn't this year.
All right, y'all. Moving along, though. Angie Carr said if every series goes to Game 7, the NBA is rigged.
The NBA absolutely wants that, though. 100%. They would love that.
Whoa. Not just the NBA. The teams, especially the home team who has Game 7.
Yeah.
2017 was the year when Miami.
Yeah, that Warriors Lakers game will be the highest view in NBA history. It will rival for that.
Man, I wanted to go to the game. Man, I wanted to put my foot on the hardwood too, bro. My goodness, some tickets in Staples Center and crypto, excuse me. Oh, that's even too big for my pockets, man.
No, Lakers ain't getting no calls tomorrow at home, bro.
You mean the Warriors?
No, the Lakers ain't getting no calls.
At home?
Bro, it's gonna be so much money off of Game 7, bro. They're gonna rewrite that whole that thing with Stephen and LeBron. It's gonna be the highest view game in NBA history in Game 7.
I don't like that script.
Mm-hmm.
The script is Lakers and 6.
Y'all need to listen to Mars, and then you'll really become more fluent.
No, because Mars has been wrong on like every.
The first round, I was wrong.
The
second round, I've been pretty good.
Okay.
Besides Phoenix,
I thought that's because you stopped making picks.
Yeah, I have.
You did stop doing that, Mars. Yes, you did. You did stop doing that.
All right, y'all. Moving along. Comatose said Tyronn Lue is incredibly overrated. What has he accomplished before or after 2006?
What could he have accomplished?
That was my point to Fluent and Chill. Nobody ever calls that out, though. They only talk about Doc.
Well, first of all, what could he have done?
What is he accomplished?
Before 2016, he wasn't around.
Right. He wasn't even.
Y'all only say.
I call him a small ball merchant. I don't know what he's doing.
Small ball merchant.
I call him a small ball merchant. I say what I want.
A great coach. I just need to know who said Ty Lue's a great coach.
I think Ty Lue is a great coach.
Not a great coach. Not a great coach. An all-time great coach.
Oh, I know he's not an all-time great.
Nobody said that. And that was
that great coach.
Right,
so,
and that was the issue.
Is Doc Rivers one of the greatest coaches in basketball right now in the league right now? Is Doc one of the best coaches in the NBA?
What is he? Do I think Doc is top 5?
How many is one
left of the eight teams left? Yes, he's top 10.
No. And out of the 30 coaches, I don't think he's top 5.
Watch him try to put Nick Nurse and these guys over Doc Rivers. These guys are disgusting, man.
He's not. I don't think he's top 5 of people.
I don't think he's a top 5 coach in the league. No.
If no coach has a job,
you think he is top 5?
If no coach has a job and I get to hire whoever I want, he's not in my. Yeah, he's not the first one of the first 5 I'm hiring.
But the Lakers were going to hire him.
I think that would have been a mistake.
Right? They hired Luke Walton. It doesn't make it right.
It would have been a mistake. Oh man.
Speaking of which, the Tribe One said L narrative. Only reason Doc's teams underachieved was because of the players underachieving. Yeah, that's how we judge coaches on player performance.
Yeah, but you judge
I don't do that.
Great. Hold on. So every time the teams overachieved, it was because the players overachieved, not because of his coaching. Not good. That's the logic. Come on.
Yeah, you can't give him credit when the team does good and then say when the team does bad, it's because of the players, not him. Like that's just bias.
That sounds like a LeBron fan.
You gotta keep the same energy all the time.
Oh, the team let him down and they lost. No, dude, it works both ways.
Yeah, you gotta be consistent. If that's how you feel, you can't give the coaches credit when the team plays.
Exactly.
The Tribe One said Doc has underachieved multiple times. Not Spo.
Facts.
I think Spo has underachieved, but
Spo underachieved in 2011, man.
Yeah,
that was
LeBron.
Oh yeah, yeah, facts.
No, he did. He underachieved in 2011.
Quick question from Ass Kicker 900. He said, "Has Mike Malone underperformed
in this postseason run?" I don't believe so much, but I don't think he's been challenged that much either. So we have to wait until
I have to see what he does against the Lakers.
Hey, hold on. That dude said Spo never underachieved. He's underachieving right now. They wasn't supposed to be no playing team.
Oh,
they were supposed to be. They were supposed to be playing when they came in. That team is underachieving right now.
Well, not right now. Not right now.
He underachieved during the regular season.
In the regular season, sure, but not right now. No.
If he takes an 8 seed to the NBA Finals, he overachieved his
yes.
Come on.
But they shouldn't have been an 8 seed, so does he really get credit for bringing them to the finals?
But they should they have beaten the Miami Heat? I mean, should they beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
Ticket, they were not Ticket. I'm sorry, Tone. They were a number 1 seed last year. You don't go from a number 1 seed to a number 8 seed without significant changes.
Boston. Did you have them over Boston?
No.
Did you have them over Philly?
No.
I didn't have him over any of the big three.
I didn't have them over Milwaukee. No, I didn't.
Did you have them over Cleveland
before the season started?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I think I had them in the fifth or sixth spot this year.
Yes, I did.
You had them in the what?
The fifth
or sixth. Them being in the being seven, they were 8. So I'm
so most people would say 4, 5, or 6. So if they go to the NBA final, as most people predicted as a 4, 5, or 6 team, that's overachieving. So maybe he underachieved in the being
regular season.
Oh, they were 7 seed.
But if he takes them to the finals, I think that's doing a better job than expected. No,
I agree.
Yeah. I had Brooklyn.
Get into the conference finals would have them.
Oh yeah, you probably had Brooklyn.
Yeah, so that's why I had them at 5. That's why I had them at 5 or 6.
Oh man,
they were one game. They were one game back of 6. I'm like, yeah, okay, well.
People forget Brooklyn. Everybody was picking Brooklyn before. They're all jumping off that bandwagon now. But
yeah, so.
I take KD should have just stayed in Brooklyn.
KD never should have went to Brooklyn, but that's a different conversation. Go ahead.
Superchats.
Moving along, super chat directed to KD from Dalen said KD fans don't want to admit that his failures are due to his lack of consistency outside of scoring. He isn't consistently a good playmaker or defender.
I think his fate, well, not fate, but I think the reason he has struggled is because of the reasons I outlined a year ago when he was struggling against Boston. He has the same flaws he's had for 15 years, and people just seem to brush past it because he's 7 feet and has the handles of a point guard, allegedly.
Come on, stop. He's got skills, bro. He's the most skilled, bro.
Like he's just like every player has flaws, but for some reason, KD's fans seem to believe he has no flaws, and that's what confuses.
Stop, bro. He's the most skilled.
Not on the basketball court.
Thank you, bro. He got crazy bag, bro. Stop it, Mars.
Thanks, man. The hesitation, man.
Yo, come on. I view him as a 50, 38, 90 guy. Come on. Stop, man.
Troll alert.
Come on.
JT said, shout out to Prison Mars.
He ain't in the can no more. He ain't in the can no more. He out.
He out on parole.
Yeah, Donovan Samuel said, Dale, KD is great. Next segment.
Let's
see. No one wants to talk about K mid D.
Oh man. Oh my God. Jesus, you're forcing it.
That was bad.
2 Cents said, I didn't hear criticism when Curry went 10 for 24 in game 1 against the Lakers with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Where was that elite playmaking?
I don't think
he had multiple poor shooting games, but he isn't criticized.
I don't think he was great in game 1, but he also made like 6 threes. So using field goal percentage when someone makes 6 threes, calm down.
Also, I think his
playmaking is a primary long ball shooter too.
Yeah, like he made 6 threes. So the 10 to 24, it's not like he was just taking 24 2-pointers and only made 10 of them. That's not what's happening. He took like 12 threes and made like 6 of them, like
13.
Yeah, close enough. Like it's not the same as just taking 2s. So
Also, in a general sense, I think Curry as a playmaker has gotten significantly better as the series progressed when they put the ball in his hand. So, I think he's been fine as a playmaker this series.
I think it's one of his best playmaking series.
Playing like a point guard this series a little bit.
Oh, playing like a point guard. Oh man, finally the point guard.
A little bit.
Oh, just a little bit. Can't be too much now.
But you do have to admit, Lo, that what he did in this series, he did give us a glimpse of what Mark Jackson was trying to do. He did give us
no, for sure. And I'm happy that Steve Kerr made the adjustment to put him on.
He did do that.
I mean, anyone who thought he couldn't do that.
I'm curious for all the people, and Ron, if you need to go to Superchats, then cut me off and go. But I am curious because for all the people who like argue whether he's a point guard or not a point guard, then when they make him more of a point guard, well, if he was already a point guard, how are they transitioning him into more of a point guard role?
I just call him more of a primary ball.
I just say more.
I just say more as a primary ball handler. But I agree with what you're saying because people they do say he's being used more as a point guard, but then you believe he's a point guard anyway. So shush.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
shush.
Terrell said, "Along the road, Smith, you must have missed what I said. Giannis in a good oak box 6 feet deep.
Oh my god, okay.
Jesus. Beneath the Cancun sand right now. Put them stats away.
You see what Giannis tweeted about how he hears all the hate and so
the heel turn from Giannis. Oh man, I love it. Man.
Terrell is a goofy because he don't really have any legit.
Has he heard it?
Yeah. That's goofy logic. Man, he just listened to the narrative. That's all that is.
Heel turn, man. Oh man, Giannis a heel is going to be amazing.
On the road, Smith replied back to him. He said, "At Terrell, KD's next. If you're not first, you're last."
I appreciate that they're sending super chats to talk to each other. I appreciate that.
That's dope.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
We're gonna read a few more for you guys. Child, please. Zero said, "How well will AD defend a Harden and Embiid pick and roll?"
The same way they do Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, because. If I look at the reason why is because if you look at Embiid, he's doing the same. He's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing that Curry is doing. He's not going to dive to the bucket on AD. He's going to stay right on the perimeter, like he's going to stay right on the perimeter, like he's doing with Robbie Williams. So there's not going to be much difference in terms of defending the pick and roll with him in the pick and roll.
Bro, chill.
I think that's what makes it easier, though, in my opinion.
I was about to say, I don't know.
I think that's what makes it easier because AD's only having to defend to the free throw line move.
Before me and you got put in jail for no damn reason, right? Now, I'm gonna say this to you. This is what we got into it about right here, right? Now, this is what I was saying to you. I want you to understand what I was saying. When I said AD don't have no competition, I named the 4 guys who were the main bigs in the league, and I'm saying for the most part, he didn't have to play against those guys. The most he got to see is Jokic because the other bigs is on the East Coast in Giannis and Embiid. You don't really see them that much during the season. And in the postseason, you only going to see them unless you go to the finals. So when I'm saying he doesn't have no competition, I'm saying he's great. He don't really have no competition, so he should dominate every single night because there's nobody that's on his level that can go back at him. That's why I asked Chilltown, what was KG doing in his prime, playing against heavy hitters on a nightly basis and in the playoffs too? Because in that era, you had not only did you have to play, but you were playing against dudes that could give you those numbers back. Now he plays Joel Embiid in the finals. Now you got a heavyweight matchup because not only does AD is a guy who puts up his numbers, now he got a dude that can go put up them same numbers on him. So now he got to really step his game up defensively. Now it's not going to just be no AD roam or AD this. No, now I got to check you and you got to check me. Now we've seen AD give Embiid some and we've seen Embiid give AD some. But that's real comp. That's a real battle. What I'm saying about everybody else is, bro, JJJ, y'all said he's defensive player of the year. That's not no comp. We don't think he can give AD 25 or 30 and 10. That ain't no real comp for him. He knows he can get that dude in foul trouble. 2 pump fakes, he's out of the game. Yeah, he the defensive player of the year, but he ain't no good one-on-one post defender. He going for every pump fake. He's in foul trouble early. But now when you're dealing with the heavy hitters like Giannis, when you're dealing with the heavy hitters like Embiid, and we talking 7-game series, now we talking real competition at his position. Now we talking about who's going to come out on top. That's what I was talking about, though.
I do think that the Sixers give a lot of matchup problems for a lot of teams because I don't really think there's that many teams that have the personnel to really slow them down. So it will be interesting to see if the Lakers make it that far. I really don't know what they're going to do. I truly don't know.
All right, fellas. I got one more for you. from Duvall Williams. They said watching this series against the Lakers has me asking if Steph Curry could be a top 3 playmaker if he played more pick and roll.
I think never he is.
Yeah, so, we can continue. We can continue.
Yeah, I think he already is.
We can continue. Does he know?
He could be a universally regarded top 3 playmaker, right? By everybody, not just by you two. The problem is it would take away from what he does best and what makes him so great.
Which is playmaking.
Which is shoot.
But the shooting opens up playmaking.
Yes, I understand that. What I said was he would universally, if he did more, would universally be seen as a great top 3 playmaker, but it would take away from what he does best, which is shoot the ball. Not just you two.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. And I think we should do a better job informing people that you can be a playmaker even when the ball is not in your hands.
Absolutely, but you know that's not.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But hey, Ron, I got to bounce. Hey, Ron, I got to bounce.
Man, chill, man. It was
9 p.m. Chill. 9 p.m.
9 o'clock tonight.
Chill.
Hey, fellas,
really got to meat potatoes, man.
Okay,
100% out.
All right, hey, we on our way out the door too. I got one more super chat that I need to read.
Ain't nothing but open court next, man. Come on now.
Yo, Ron.
Open gym.
I think it's never been.
Open gym. My bad.
How dare you?
I thought it was open court too, though.
Never been in a gym. No?
He said, "Yo, Ron, on PC weekend, can you set up a 5-on-5 b-ball or slam ball versus AMP? If so, Low set it up. Ron versus the big drop."
I don't understand what that means.
The big drop is crazy, and probably not.
I didn't understand.
Well, they don't want the smoke. They ducking the smoke, Low.
No, I highly doubt that anybody will be able to coordinate that. Like it takes a lot to coordinate all of them to get together. So
they ducking the smoke. So they running from the grind.
I mean, you put the money up, they'll do it. But
what's AMP?
AMP is a group on YouTube that they do like just miscellaneous things.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how much money?
Well, talk off camera.
No, let's talk on camera. Hey, chat. Tell them to talk on camera. Let's talk.
Who
chat.
said
No.
this?
You see this? Nah. Hey, tell them we'll put it at half court. Whatever they want to play, whatever they want to bet, we'll match it.
Yeah, I highly doubt that you'll be able to put that money up.
You got to wait for EuroLeague to end.
Shaq, Bob, Ticket, and you, Low.
No,
do
you know how man, it's a lot of money.
Let's end the show. What are we doing?
Yeah. No defense.
The chat wants us to play
nothing but open gym next.
All right. Hey, are you saying let's stay on Low?
That's what I'm saying. What's next, bro? Come on, what are we doing right now?
Fluent. Do you have to dart Fluent?
I got like 5 minutes.
You got like 5 minutes, Mars? Do we not care about that?
Mars is next. I mean, Mars, we know he ain't got nothing to do because he has to.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you guys just overrun, I mean.
Ron, is there ever a time where you can get under 40 left, bro? Under 40.
Yeah, chat. He has 46 super chats
All
left.
right, yo, hey, it was good seeing y'all. We'll see you guys next week. Tomorrow.
Send your super chats to Open Gym.
Yeah, send the chats to Open